Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, seal and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Want to train like a pro? DGS Ninja has you covered with obstacles designed by top athletes. Kevin Carbone, Matt Bradley, Tom Alberti, and Brett Sims. Whether you're dialing in your technique at the gym or training at home, DGS Ninja equipment is built for performance, durability, and safety. Train with confidence. Train with DGS Ninja. Find obstacles, rigs, mats, and more on dgsninja.com.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my truck bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab trucks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slap Chalks.
Here at Stage 4 Designs, we are all about innovation and athlete safety. We've been doing this since 2015, designing the most innovative obstacles in the sport, and now with our partnership with the World Ninja League, we are very excited to bring some of our best designs to the highest level athletes in the world. For our process, it all kind of starts right here in our digital design. There's a much more deliberate process now in what we do, with our goal being the utmost in athlete safety. So we put everything into our digital design first, make sure it's all going to work, then we procure the parts. We learned the process and refined it to what we feel are some of the highest quality urethane products you're going to find in the Ninja space, and that all happens here at our custom-built workbench. A lot goes into our urethane, and we are very proud of the work that we do there. Everything that we build here at Stage 4 is all custom made in-house. It's not like we have a stock of a bunch of stuff. So when you do place an order with us, that order comes through and we basically build everything from scratch. Paint department is scalable. We basically hand paint most things, but some things that require a little bit more spray or bigger, we're capable of that as well. These athletes put these obstacles through some of the most rigorous circumstances that you can think of, and we want to try to plan for every contingency. We never want an obstacle to break on anybody. We always want our stuff to feel solid and not move around a whole lot, so that the athletes can trust their skills to throw the biggest moves that they possibly can on anything that we put out there. Our CNC machine handles all of most of our flat goods. It's the workhorse around here. It actually does a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of cutting things out. We don't do any of our flat goods by hand. We make sure that everything is exactly the same and replicable, so that, you know, if you're doing courses or you have athletes that are going either head to head or the same obstacle that you're going to find at one Ninja gym is going to feel exactly the same if you go to another Ninja gym or your home for that matter, so that there's consistency with all of our product. Over the years, as we've added to our suite of products that we offer, we realized that pipe and metalworking is becoming more and more commonplace in Ninja obstacles, and to meet that demand, we've added the ability to do that here as well. So a lot of the obstacles that you'll see that we design and develop are meant to go on truss, and pipes are a big part of that. So we've added a pipe bending station here, and look for, in the future, us to offer a lot more innovative obstacles that kind of exist in that space where pipes are a big part of it. So here, everything that we put out is tested by real ninjas before it goes out. We want to make sure that our obstacles can stand all sorts of unforeseen circumstances. We know that Ninja athletes move in ways that are innovative and new, and we want to try to account for as many of those as we can and make sure that those obstacles hold up. So we test everything. Over the last 10 years, Stage 4 Designs has been committed to developing the most innovative obstacles that you're going to find, but also the safest and most reliable obstacles. Our motto here is elevating obstacles. We do feel that on this platform, we can take something that's both fun and creative, but also elevate it to an industry that deserves to stand on its own.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, CO and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Want to train like a pro? DGS Ninja has you covered with obstacles designed by top athletes. Kevin Carbone, Matt Bradley, Tom Alberti, and Brett Sims. Whether you're dialing in your technique at the gym or training at home, DGS Ninja equipment is built for performance, durability, and safety. Train with confidence. Train with DGS Ninja. Find obstacles, rigs, mats, and more on dgsninja.com.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my truck bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab trucks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slab Chalks.
Here at Stage 4 Designs, we are all about innovation and athlete safety. We've been doing this since 2015, designing the most innovative obstacles in the sport, and now with our partnership with the World Ninja League, we are very excited to bring some of our best designs to the highest level athletes in the world. For our process, it all kind of starts right here in our digital design. There's a much more deliberate process now in what we do, with our goal being the utmost in athlete safety. So we put everything into our digital design first, make sure it's all going to work, then we procure the parts. We learned the process and refined it to what we feel are some of the highest quality urethane products you're going to find in the Ninja space, and that all happens here at our custom built workbench. A lot goes into our urethane, and we are very proud of the work that we do there. Everything that we build here at Stage 4 is all custom made in-house. It's not like we have a stock of a bunch of stuff. So when you do place an order with us, that order comes through and we basically build everything from scratch. Paint department is scalable. We basically hand paint most things, but some things that require a little bit more spray or bigger, we're capable of that as well. These athletes put these obstacles through some of the most rigorous circumstances that you could think of, and we want to try to plan for every contingency. We never want an obstacle to break on anybody. We always want our stuff to feel solid and not move around a whole lot, so that the athletes can trust their skills to throw the biggest moves that they possibly can on anything that we put out there. Our CNC machine handles all of most of our flat goods. It's the workhorse around here. It actually does a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of cutting things out. We don't do any of our flat goods by hand. We make sure that everything is exactly the same and replicable, so that, you know, if you're doing courses or you have athletes that are going either head to head or the same obstacle that you're going to find at one Ninja gym is going to feel exactly the same if you go to another Ninja gym or your home for that matter, so that there's consistency with all of our product. Over the years, as we've added to our suite of products that we offer, we realized that pipe and metalworking is becoming more and more commonplace in Ninja obstacles, and to meet that demand, we've added the ability to do that here as well. So a lot of the obstacles that you'll see that we design and develop are meant to go on truss, and pipes are a big part of that. So we've added a pipe bending station here, and look for, in the future, us to offer a lot more innovative obstacles that kind of exist in that space where pipes are a big part of it. So here, everything that we put out is tested by real ninjas before it goes out. We want to make sure that our obstacles can stand all sorts of unforeseen circumstances. We know that Ninja athletes move in ways that are innovative and new, and we want to try to account for as many of those as we can and make sure that those obstacles hold up. So we test everything. Over the last 10 years, Stage 4 Designs has been committed to developing the most innovative obstacles that you're going to find, but also the safest and most reliable obstacles. Our motto here is elevating obstacles. We do feel that on this platform, we can take something that's both fun and creative, but also elevate it to an industry that deserves to stand on its own.
everybody? Welcome back to the WNL Premier Series Season 4 qualifier out here at Next Level Ninja in Flemington, New Jersey. My name is Billy Dixon. I am joined alongside the commentator Ninja Mary Layton. We're at Next Level. This is the first time we've gone to the Northeast in the Premier Series, and as expected, it has a lot of athletes here to offer. We've got, what is it, like 20?
26.
I want to say 26. Oh my goodness, there's so many.
So many athletes. I'm so pumped to be commentating this particular comp. We talked last week about what comps I was looking forward to the most, and Next Level was absolutely on my list. We're in the Northeast. We're getting some New Englanders trickling in. We're getting some Midwesterners trickling in, and it's all culminating in this fantastic competition. The courses look stellar. Oh, we've got a lot to talk about with all of these athletes here today, and we're only in the mature kids division, so this is hype.
Indeed, so it's going to be absolutely insane to see all these guys, but let's see how all of these guys got here and what they're going to be doing here at Premier Series. So, what we have done is we have taken the top 25% of all athletes here from the World Championships and their season standings in their region, and everybody who fits those credentials has gotten an invite to the Premier Series, meaning that they can compete in any of the qualifiers they see fit from around the world. We've got ones in America, Canada, the UK, Australia, and France. On the format side of things, we've got two courses, the placement course and the challenge course. On placement, if you fall, your run is over. And if you get first on placement, you're going last on challenge. And so the leaderboard flips your run order for the challenge course. And on the challenge course, every athlete gets 2 retries, and you can only utilize a retry once on an obstacle. And the top 4 athletes in the challenge course are going to be getting a ticket to the Premier Series finals for Season 4 that are happening on November 20th through the 22nd. And they are happening at Ascend Obstacle Training this year in Marlborough, Massachusetts, their new facility that they just built over a year ago. It's going to be insane. And considering that today here at Next Level, we've got these kids that are from the Northeast, it's going to be a big, big challenge to get into the top 4 in both the female and male division.
Yeah, I mean, last week we saw in the mature kids female division, there were only 4 athletes, right? So they all had to make sure that they cleared an obstacle in order to qualify. But here, that is not the case. They are going to be battling it out. And 2 athletes that I am really excited to see hit the course. Number 1 is Elise Wessel. So Elise Wessel is the current queen of the Midwest. She has won the regional championships in the Midwest region for 2 years in a row. So this is a high-level athlete coming out to Next Level. I'm pumped to see her compete. And another athlete that most of you should know at this point is AJ Merchant. So AJ Merchant has been one of the literal top tier female athletes from the kids division up until the mature kids division, right? You look at her resume and it's just WNL World Champion 2024. She's got UNAA titles. She's got FINA World titles. She is World's Strongest Ninja. But something that is interesting that we are going to, that is going to be exciting for us to talk today. AJ was off the podium on every single area at the World Championships this last year. She did not make the podium, which is really surprising for her. The only first place she got was speed, which makes me really excited for her flow course today, or for her placement course. But this girl's coming in with a chip on her shoulder. She needs to lock it in, get to that championship, and reassert herself as one of the champions in the mature kids female division. So I'm really excited to see her climb this season.
Indeed, so particularly around the fact as well that she was the Premier Series champion for 2024.
Right.
I believe she was in the kids division at the time, I want to say. I can't remember. Yeah, okay, so she would have been the kids or the kids Premier Series champion in 2024 when we had the finals at Life Force in Washington that we're going to be seeing in a couple months from now when it comes down to that qualifier. But in order for AJ out here to get the run that she wants and to get qualifying for the Premier Series finals, this is going to be one of her shining years if she does such a thing, because she's from Connecticut, which is very close to Massachusetts, meaning that she will definitely be going to the Premier Series finals if she is to qualify for it. And I am certain that is also going to be the case for basically all of the other athletes that we have here in the entirety of the mature kids division, because there are so many athletes that are from either next level or like the Gravity Forge. We've seen the Grit Ninja be represented, or anything from like Stamford or Monroe or Windsor, or literally any gym in the entirety of the Northeast region. They're here and they're being represented in the entirety of this afternoon. On the male side of things now, we're having a look at some people. I'm looking at one name at the top, definitely a favorite to win it, Owen Alzheimer. Out here, started Ninja in 2022. He currently trains out of Dexterity Depot, that's going to have a qualifier in September that he's probably going to go to as well. He's 8 years old. He has won world championship titles before, I think. He's gone absolutely insane on everything. He was 3rd place at this year's finals as well, which was absolutely insane to watch. And in terms of Premier Series, I think he's got a couple of podiums under his belt, even in finals too. So it's going to be absolutely insane to see Owen out there. Are there any others that come to mind for you, Mary?
Well, just some more on Big O here. You can see that on his cool shirt. Follow him on Instagram at UpNinja34. But yes, top 10 placement at the World Ninja League Finals. And what I'm particularly excited about is 1st place in the Northeast Regionals this year. So you know that what we are about to witness is the top tier of the mature kids male. Couple of other names that I'm looking for: Joey Stone. Joey Stone is the part of the family that has founded Strong Ninja. And these are some Ninja Strong, excuse me. This is a company that has some really cool ninja holds. They have a new design, the Graham Cracker. And what this makes me excited about, first of all, Joey is a strong ninja in his own right. I've seen him compete quite a handful of times. Really, some really stellar performances. 2025 WNL, World's Strongest Ninja, coming out of the Grit Ninja. But when you think like a course designer, when you think like an obstacle designer, you have this sort of unique ability to anticipate, okay, what's new, what's out there, what's trendy, what's going to be something that might come up in a competition, or how do I iterate on something that's already out there. So I'm excited to see that sort of mental side of it come in here for Joey, because there might be some things here that, you know, obstacles that are like, wow, never would have thought of that before, but Joey might have thought of it before. So I'm really pumped to see him out here competing today.
I'm very excited as well. We've got 2 Titans already listed out here that we've talked about in Owen and Joey. There's one person that I want to talk about as well, who we were looking at before we started the stream. Looking at PJ Ticey out here. I can hear the giggle. I'm hearing
already.
Like absolutely one of the best bios I've ever seen.
The most interesting man in Ninja right now is PJ Ticey, everyone. A few stats. So as we read through his bio, 10 years old, PJ likes the color yellow. The ladies find his eyes dazzling. At one point in time, he bottle fed an abandoned baby iguana for 2 days. He then realized that iguanas don't drink milk, but the iguana was still grateful. I don't know if we are dealing with like a Dr. Dolittle here, for anyone who understands that reference, and he is, you know, able to talk to animals and like receive that gratitude. So I'm very curious to find out more about that. I'm also curious as to how these psychic animal communication abilities translate onto the course. What do you think, Billy?
Yes, I think they should. In theory, if this fella here, PJ, is able to talk to animals, can he talk to obstacles and give him a advantage? I don't know if that would be legal on the active rule book. Will kind of have to be on full front there if it gets to that point. But at the same time, he's absolutely insane. It also says he started Ninja in 2015 and he's 10 years old.
Wait,
so
how did that start? Was he doing laches as a newborn? I mean, I've seen newborns hanging on bars, so maybe he just started working on those dead hangs from that age.
If that's the case, then we should have
resume.
Yeah, I agree. If that's the case, then I think we'll have one of the strongest athletes in the world at our grasp here if he's been training out of the womb, essentially, which is kind of insane to think about. I'm seeing a couple other people here. Shane Young is a name that rings bells to me. I think he's competed in multiple different Premier Series competitions, particularly. He loves Ninja, and he's made a lot of great friends, and he gets to see them at competitions a lot. His max lachey is 11 feet, which is madness. He likes playing video games with his mates, shout outs to his mum and dad, and he loves them, which is brilliant to see. And he's also got 30 competitions of experience for season 11. That's the Northeast buff right there, seeing a lot of experience pull on through.
Okay, if we're talking about experience and we're talking about number of competitions, you know who has even more competitions than that in our run order today? Derek Saraceno. Derek Saraceno has done 40
Oh my gosh.
tier 1 competitions. That's like an average. He's 9 years old, so this is an average of like 12 competitions every season that he's getting out there and hitting. And that's probably only regular season, like let alone your like summertime like competitions, your like fun runs at gym comps that your gym's putting on. He's an experienced athlete, and he trains out of Ninja Mania. So we're getting a little bit of the New England region kind of sprinkling in here, like you were talking about earlier, Billy. But his whole family does Ninja. His older brother, JD, who we're going to see later this week or later today in the preteen division, and his sister, Alexa, also competes. Alexa won't be competing this weekend, but JD definitely going to be a contender later. So that champion mentality is trickling down throughout this whole family. So I'm pumped to see him get out there and see what he can do on this placement course.
It's insane how like these ninjas out here in the mature kids division, they're like 9 and 10 years old, which is crazy to think about. How so many of these kids are spending the vast majority of their lives training for this amazing sport and going out to so many competitions. I haven't done any ninja since April, and I feel very left out seeing how many of these competitions that these kids are doing.
You got to get to a comp.
Absolutely insane.
I know.
To be fair, I'm going training for the first time on Monday in like ages.
There you go.
So I'm excited for that. So I'm getting back into it now, which is great.
Yeah.
His favorite things are frogs, chocolate, and the color green. We need him to have green chocolate, and then that's 3 through 3.
Yep.
Like
I will
chocolate.
say
mint chocolate. Oh my god.
Mint chocolate. Mint chocolate's a little divisive, though. I will say, not everybody is a huge fan of mint chocolate. It's a toss-up,
but like,
I think.
If you like mint chocolate, then you're just good. If you get what I mean, you're just kind of automatically good.
Is that what it is? Are you gonna start
Yes.
eating mint chocolate now since you haven't been training since April?
Hey, I literally had a mint chocolate bar right before I came on here. All right, okay. I had a pork dinner and I had a mint chocolate bar before coming into Mature Kids today.
So we're not worried. We're not worried about you when you go do your Premier Series comp, because you're competing later this season, right?
Yes, I will be. I'll be competing at True Function. Let's have a look at what other competitions we're going to be having a look at for the entirety of the Premier Series out here. So right now we're at next level, which is our 4th one out of the 14, which means we have 10 more competitions left of the entire Premier Series before we go to finals. Wow. Next week we're heading to Texas, where we see Austin Ninjas take on all 6 divisions on the same day. That is going to be immense to see.
Gosh.
Non-stop ninja action. We don't need to sleep to see the amateurs. We can just see them right after preteen. It's mint.
That's
and then
fantastic.
We see, yeah, exactly. And then we have Carolina Ninja Academy. I feel like we're gonna have some people from Florida there too, because there's not a Florida qualifier independently, so people are gonna go up to Carolina to do that possibly. Vitality is gonna go hard because we're gonna be seeing a lot of different Massachusetts kids who would have gone to Ascend if there was a qualifier there, and even some people from like Next Level and other Northeast New England gyms that want to do Vitality because it's that much of a famous gym. 2 weeks later, my time to shine, True Function Ninja Training Ground in the UK. It's going to be absolutely mental. I cannot wait for that one. And then the week afterward, it's Life Force in Washington. They held our finals 2 years ago, and they were absolutely crazy good. Dexterity Depot is going to be next up. I cannot wait to see the youth talent specifically from Dexterity Depot. We've got Matt Bradley designing the course, and if you've got a Matt Bradley designed course, then I think you're in for either a really good treat viewing-wise or torture if you're competing because the courses are so hard.
I have been witnessing, just as an aside before we get to more of our other comps, Matt is undergoing kind of an interesting evolution in his course design. You know, I would say like a year and a half ago, if you were to say, Mary, what's going to be on like a Matt Bradley stage 2? What's going to be on a Matt Bradley stage 3? I could tell you exactly what to expect, but he's been evolving. What I'm noticing, his stage 2s, which are kind of like a challenge course, are getting pretty difficult. There's some gut busters that are in there. So I think he's trying to level up the whole sport. So that competition definitely one to watch.
Indeed, so we'll have a lot more competitions after Dexterity Depot as well. But for the time being, we're going to be having a look at our demo run for the mature kids division out here. So we're going to be having a demo run showing off our placement course, which is the first course our guys are going to be running today in the mature kid division. Out here, it is, I believe, 6 obstacles long. No, 7. Okay, there we go. 7 obstacles long, designed by Joe Capo, Abby Clark, an absolutely amazing duo out there. We also have had an amazing course designer in terms of many other people within the entirety of the Next Level community. We have Joe Capo, Abby Clark, and Braden Proven being a trio on the course design side of things. I haven't seen any of them on the ground today, though, which is kind of weird. Are they hiding? Are they hiding in the shadows of Next Level, bro? What's going on?
I'm seeing Nick Warren. I'm seeing Charlie Ball. Some members that train here. Maybe they just were busy designing the courses all night, and they decided to get some rest before they have to change things over for tomorrow. I don't know. All right.
Yeah, possibly. So we start out with some spring steps, moving along into our second obstacle, which consists of a few holds there on the drop and pop. Slay the Dragon is next, featuring a dragon head from Worlds last year on stage 1.
Fantastic. After Slay the Dragon, a particular favorite, You Shall Not Pass, and I think that was he definitely passed. The Balrog has made it to the next obstacle, for those of you who get that. This one's called Keep Scrolling.
Here he goes, moving along through. And now we have a massive boot scoot going along onto that orange platform. And then we have the Dogtown on the skateboard. And that's going to be a placement course. I think the time limit is a minute as well.
Oh, wow. They're going to need to move quick. I like this course. There's lots of opportunities to link movement. I mean, that demo run was already very efficient. But I think that we'll even get to see, a few less moves. Fastest time, Billy, without us seeing any runners go through. What do you think?
Right, okay, so for reference, the fastest time on the kids division was just over 30 seconds. So I think knowing a couple of these guys here, I'm guessing 20, 25.
Ooh, I think we're going to, okay. I think 20. I feel like we could get to 20. I think we could, I don't know if, I mean, you've got Owen. You've got Joey Stone.
You do have Owen, and naturally that comes with a fast time. But at the same time, I'm thinking, there's a lot of weird directional changes, particularly on the early side of the course. This is going to be our challenge course demo run, actually, right here. So we're starting out on the challenge course right now. With a couple of obstacles here. Watch out for that tree, and then taking things in a new direction is number 2. Skill Issue is the title of the third obstacle here, which consists of a sideways grab, an orange slice from Worlds 2024, and then a dismount.
Right past it.
We then move on to a quick propeller bar, moving on to this wall here that they need to go to the left side of.
This one is called Ring Around the Rosie, appropriately so. That is not a rosy wall. There we go.
Next up is like a Brett Sims dream here. We have some spinning discs on quad steps right there. And then this is a weird one. This is Riding the Bull. So we have 2 rings here. It's like a reverse body prop, but with rings. It screws up my mind heavily trying to think about how I'll do it.
Yeah, it's definitely I like that tech. I like the whole crossover thing. It's kind of a... I've seen obstacles like this where the rock wall, you use a rodeo rope or some kind of hook on the holds. Very cool. I like that a lot. We'll see if that trips a couple of ninjas up. Now we're on
here we go. Moving along through onto the cliffs and palm flips here. So I have a couple of intense holds here. It's important to note that on the challenge course on the kids division, I think everyone but one person made it to this point in the course, which is kind of insane to see. So I wonder if we're going to have the same kind of ratio for the mature kids here. Now we're moving on to just cliffs.
That looks like a nice cliff right there. Those moves look nice, kind of flowy. 1 reach, 2 reach. You're moving right along.
I do agree.
I hope
but
you're
now,
precise.
We have our two final obstacles here. We have some spinning blocks here. You need to have an equal amount of weight on both hands in order to keep it stationary. Then on number 10, needle in a haystack, we have some bar tech to end things out. Now think about it. You're tired. You're pumped. You have to do some flying bar moves to end it all. And so we move on up to the top there. It's worth noting, there was a stationary rail that our kids could use to propel themselves up to the second flying bar, but it seems like that there isn't one anymore. So they have to go from from one flying bar to a second one, which is kind of insane.
Talk about being pumped. Hopefully we'll get to see Charlie do this, but you just went through a brutal course. There's a lot of moves in that. And now you have to pop off of a flat flying bar cradle up to the top part, because here's the deal. You're not going to want to grab onto one hand. Like, you're not going to want to static that. That's a recipe for disaster. So, dang.
Indeed.
That's a tough day.
It is a tough day. I think the time limit for that one's 3:15 for the 10 obstacle challenge course. Mm-hmm. Now that we have got all of our demos out the way, we should be starting out with our mature kid female division on the placement course very shortly. We have 11 of them getting ready to go. It's going to be a very, very exciting time. Some big names out here, a lot of skill ready to be showcased in a speed sense. I'm very excited to see how it all turns out.
And similar to what we saw last week in the Heartland region, you know, we've got a lot of local athletes. So there's a lot of names here that, you know, I know they're from the Northeast region, but maybe we haven't seen them compete as much as some of the other names, right? So I'm pumped to see what this region has to offer in terms of the athletes. I think I feel confident in who I think is going to go 1 and 2, but maybe I'm about to be totally surprised by this new talent here. Popping onto the elite scene.
Right. Here we go. First off, for our mature kid female division and for the mature kid division as a whole, chalking up, it's going to be Maribel Baker coming out of Flemington, New Jersey, representing Team Next Level. Some home gym experience here on the course. Getting ready to go. She's competed 6 times throughout the regular season. And here she goes on the start line. We're going to be starting out very, very shortly.
Yeah, she looked really comfortable there, chalking up. You can tell this is a place that she's competed in before. She's ready. She's looking really confident. I'm excited to see this run. Most
Here
ninjas
we
like
go.
to...
A minute on the clock. Straight off of the springing steps there. And now we move along on to the second obstacle here. Trying to get some momentum already. That's a smaller trapezoid than before that we had in the kids division. Moving on to some very loose flywheels down and out there. Not a problem. Now onto the dragon head.
And does a good job of getting to that trapeze bar. She's about to need to go up to the top. I think we'll see her go for a static here. Nicely done.
That has been the tech for all day. But to be fair, the time is moving down relatively quickly here. 20 seconds for 3 more obstacles. I don't know how this is going to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's a course that all of the moves are doable, but you got to be confident in them. I would have loved to see her go a little bit quicker on the dragon's head. Maybe, you know, she's really making sure her movements are where she wants them. But now we're getting down to 5 seconds. Can we get through at least one more? Come on, Maribel. She's got the grab.
And sadly, her time is going to expire coming into it. So that's 57.67 seconds coming out of that placement course. Still a very, very well done job there. And it looks like that boot scoot afterward might be a challenge, especially if you lachey to it without pulling back, because that's going to screw up the momentum of it.
You are really going to have to cook to meet that time limit, and Maribel is a baker, so we just needed a little adjustment there on the culinary skills.
That's a very good one. Underappreciated.
Thank you.
Right. Alexandria Schoen, coming in here, coming out of Whitesboro, New York. Out here, 4'4", wingspan of 5'5", 64 pounds. This is the second year as a mature kid. We're also going up to preteen next year. And some of her accomplishments last season were finishing 4th at WNA finals and finishing 13th for the season 11 world champion title. So here she goes.
Fantastic. Now, if Alexandria placed 13th, some of the names we mentioned earlier, like Elise Wessel, finished a little bit under that in the World Championships this year. So this is definitely going to be an exciting run to watch. And you can see just a little bit more confident in those movements. You know, she grabs onto the dragon's head, pushes herself right through. No hesitation on the around the world right over there.
Right then, Alexandria, 20 seconds. She's making very good time here. Coming into that cliff, 16 seconds ahead of Maribel to this point. She gets the boot scoop,
Oh, wow.
holds on. Can she get the skate to the buzzer? Yes, there we go. 2 runners in. We've got a clear.
Wow. 2 runners in, and there's already a clear. So, I mean, I think it can only go up from here, Billy. I think it can only get faster and faster. Great confidence out of Alexandria. She was laid out there, and she had zero hesitation on each of those moves.
I'm in full agreement there. Not a problem at all there from Alexandria, really setting the precedent of what's to be expected from these Premier Series athletes out here. Let's see if Ren Barber, coming out of Wayne, Pennsylvania, is going to be able to match that performance or best it.
We've had a Baker and a Barber. Hopefully we can have a nice clean cut run here. Here we go.
All right. 55 seconds. I like the idea of keeping that momentum on the board right before that trapezoid. And now here she goes. 45 seconds. We're getting faster paces on and on through these calls. Nice one-handed truss on that spinning disc too.
Great confidence going right off of there and immediately into the next obstacle. You can see she's just continuing to move. I think that's going to be the difference maker on this course, is just those transitions. Are you pausing before you go into the next obstacle? Everything's really kind of linked together here. Reaches right out for the trapeze. Takes herself right through.
Very good.
Oh!
Wow! Okay, that was a tough fall.
I don't know if she got the clear, because you got to touch the dismount platform for the obstacle before. She might have, maybe she got the clear on that one? Couldn't really see if she had tapped the ground on that move. So here we go. Oh, and it looks like she probably missed the dismount. So that is unfortunate.
Yeah, it seems like an overshooting issue. Passing that plane too far might have hindered her. But still, that was a very good run. Hopefully she's okay after that fall, because she went like knee first onto that skateboard. Yeah. Let's see if Logan Telecki is able to pull on through and get that buzzer coming out of Harleysville, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. She really likes to generate swing. That's her favorite type of obstacle. That's going to be beneficial here, getting up to that tick-tock and getting that moving.
I think she's coming out of the reach, if my mind serves me correctly, on the jersey colors.
Yep, that's
right here. She goes. 50 seconds now. She's pulling back and moving along through easily. Not a problem. 45 seconds as she makes the turnaround over onto that trapeze. Here she goes, trying to get a massive battle. Wow, even more of a backswing so she can possibly link and static down. This is good.
Yep, we are at the 30-second mark, though, so I am a little bit nervous. She's really going to need to use her momentum-building skills on this tick-tock to get it going. I like how she kept a hand on that trapeze bar. Oh, goes right away for that move to the cliffhanger.
Here she goes, keeping hold of these holds without a problem, pulling back on that boot scoot. Needs to pull on through. Gets onto that platform. Don't overshoot the skate. She's got it. First place, 50.09.
Oh, wow. And the follow-through on the momentum, hopefully we get to see that on the replay when we get to the last obstacle. That follow-through was really phenomenal. Just like taking the momentum from the boot scoot and letting it go into the skate obstacle. Yeah, that was great. She didn't pause. She just carried it right on through.
Absolutely. What a brilliant run there. I'm liking these clears coming in. Let's see if we can get a couple more for this female division. Coming in now with Jolie Bonura, coming out of Marcellus, New York. Coming in, she started Ninja 2023. She loves softball, hanging out with her friends, and she placed second at the Midwest region. What?
Oh, no.
What happened there? I was reading the bio, and I just saw a red light.
Maybe we can get a replay there. I wonder if she...
I don't know if it was just a slip off on the pole there on the floor. But regardless, Misha Lee going to come on through. And I believe her brother was able to get a Premier Series qualifier spot in the kid male division. Yeah, that was Samuel Lee coming in. Misha now hoping to best that performance and also get a Premier Series finalist slot. Let's see if she's able to get it.
Here we go, Misha. Hopefully we can have a solid run here. Current fastest time, 50 seconds. That is the time to beat. Now remember, we're gunning for a good placement. She's really going to want to try to get ahead of that time that Logan set. Stellar time from Logan.
Here she goes. Yeah, Misha going on the outside route of that disc. I'm liking the momentum that's being carried along here. 40 seconds. She's got a very, very fast pace coming in here. The fastest one so far.
Looking really solid. About to go right to that cliff. A little hesitation, but she reaches out for it. Misha having a strong run.
Good.
Oh, and look at that time. She's got 20 seconds left. Going right into it. Is this going to be our new fastest time? Oh,
yes, by 10 seconds. That was insane. 40 seconds, already been a broken barrier by far. We didn't have any kid female clears so far, and now the bar has been raised dramatically with 40 seconds being the new fastest for the females.
Wow, and I think this means there's just so much more that's possible on this course because, you know, Misha was moving, but there were still a couple different places. She took a few extra swings. We are now moving on to Elise Wessel, the queen of the Midwest in the mature kids female division. 2 regional championship wins, 2 years in a row. What does she have for us here on this course? What do you think the time is? Can we get sub 40? Do you think we can do that?
I think it's more than possible if we take a couple less backswings and just move through a bit more efficiently and overall consistency between obstacles. And I think Elise can definitely get sub 40 here. It's also worth noting she has gone to the Premier Series finals every single year. So this can be a chance to get 4 for 4 now, starting with this placement course run.
Wow, and she is moving very fluidly. Also has a little bit of height on Misha too, so hopefully we'll see those turnaround on the steps, those obstacle transitions helping her out. Oh, great. Oh, that was clean.
Lovely. This is good. We can see it here, possibly just over half a second ahead of Misha. If she keeps this up, that will be the fastest time for that sub 40. Just needs to reach out consistently. I don't know if that backswing on that TikTok will be of aid, but she's still moving through at a very fast pace. One backswing coming into that boot scoot. Here she goes. A lot of control. A lot of fast movements here. Is she going to get it? 41!
No way. Where did she lose the time? I mean, look at this transition might have been here through Slay the Dragon. That's phenomenal.
I think it might have been the backswing around the TikTok, possibly. That took a bit of time to properly get going. But regardless, absolutely incredible stuff. I'm loving these clears, keeping on continuing. Run. We're seeing some more sibling action here with Amelia Bargeward. Out here, I believe there was a Bargeward who took place on the Gennaro on the kids male side did very well in the kids male division. Let's see how Amelia can do out here on the mature kid female side of things.
Amelia making quick work here, trusting those reaches, which makes sense. She trains at the reach. I really like how all of the athletes have sort of broken through the beta. They know they need to go around the outside to flow through that kick through on Slay the Dragon. A little bit more quick work through the ring around as well. Can we get somebody to only take one backswing on this TikTok? I'd love to see them pull back on the trapeze bar and then go right away.
That was very, very close to peeling off of that board there on that cliff. But regardless, Amelia gonna reach out, try and get a buzzer. Can we get another here? Yes, we can! And that's gonna be 45, third place currently.
How many clears have we had? So many.
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 currently.
Wow. All right, we have
5.
Look
at that again.
Almost lost it on
that was close.
That skateboard. All right, we've got some
3
Grit Ninja
more.
greatness. 3 more athletes. We have Riley up, then we'll have Lillian, and then AJ will be our final female to move through the placement course.
Riley coming out here out of Ridgewood, New Jersey, coming out the grit, as said before. Ooh,
Oh, boy.
having a bit of trouble on the trapezoid. He has to take a backswing, but regardless, she's going to get back into her flow here. Just over 40 seconds as she comes along into the Dragon Head. Yeah, you can see, I had a bit of trouble getting some momentum on the first swing, but Lachey's over. There was a bit of a risky move to Link, so she evades it, but is now going to be able to come along through here. 30 seconds as she rides along into these TikTok moves.
Bit of a shorter athlete, probably going to need a backswing on this TikTok before she goes. Oh, and she goes for it right away.
This is good.
Okay,
this
Riley.
is very good. No!
Oh. You know what?
You're kidding me.
I like that run because you could see throughout the entirety of it, she was going for aggressive moves. She easily could have played it safe and probably gotten the full clear, but the little sort of backswings and things she had to correct was because she was being aggressive. So I'm super pumped to see her when she tackles the challenge course. I like that.
Right then, two more athletes, two more pieces of potential for a female buzzer out here. We've got Liliana D. Gutzman, 4'10" in both height and wingspan. That's one of the taller sides of things when it comes to the mature kids division, particularly the females out here. 50 seconds now as she turns around, pulling on back here. This is some good linking motion. We could get that sub 40 we want.
Oh, wow. She still has 40 seconds on the clock, and she's already at the TikTok. Can we get her to go right away into that cliff? Oh, a little hung up.
Here she goes. Taking a bit more time here, not a problem. Still going to try and get that buzzer. She's been a finalist for 2024 and 2025 on stage 3. Here she goes, 22 seconds left, and she's got the buzzer first!
Sub 40, our first sub 40. Fantastic work. You could just tell this girl knows how to flow. She was not taking any extra moves. Maybe could have been a little cleaner on the TikTok, but wow. Now, we got our first sub 38. You're about to see AJ Merchant. You mentioned how tall Liliana was. AJ's got 2 inches on her and a +1 ape index. She's got a 5'1" wingspan. And we just saw before her Riley, her teammate at Grit Ninja. You know that aggression, you know that flow is something that they're training. It's something that they're pushing these athletes to do. I'm going to call it now. I'm going to say 35 seconds for AJ. That's my
35.
My guess. 35.
That's,
We're going to shave a whole 3 seconds off the fastest time.
I think it's possible. There's a lot of potential here. She's got glitter in her hair. She's going to sparkle her way across this course now. She's got a lot of titles, as we said earlier. She has gone to Premier Series a bunch. She was the Premier Series champion in 2024 at Life Force. She was the World's Strongest Ninja and World Champion in 2024 at Worlds. But as you said, this year, she hasn't gotten any of the world's titles, and that's including the discipline circuit. So hopefully she's able to salvage this when it comes to Premier Series. She's going to be after a Premier Series champion title.
Now, the world's title she did bring home was overall speed champion. So she did take first place in the speed discipline. And so I think, this is what gives me so much confidence. Not only have I just seen AJ compete for since she started Ninja, essentially, she's always been a phenomenal performer. But bringing home that title in a stacked field of athletes, when we get into, the Vitality comp, when we get into the Albany Ninja Lab comp, you're going to continue to see some of the queens of the mature kids division come out and battle it. But for AJ to take the top spot in what is such a deep field, she's coming in high, and that this is going to be a really good run. So here we go.
This is going to be an incredible run to witness out here live. Ariana Merchant. What?
Oh, what just
was that
happened?
That was a timer issue, right?
Oh,
yeah. Okay.
I hope so.
I nearly ran out of breath.
Yeah.
By shock.
I'm struggling to breathe. You can tell. She's like, "What? Come on. I want to go. Let me go."
I was like, I hadn't even seen green on the little NinjaWorks thing, and I'm like, that can't be right. They're having a laugh.
I'm sitting here needing to refocus on commentary. I can only imagine what is going through AJ's mind here. She's looking like, all right, let me get through this. Let me get going.
Getting iced out here is AJ. Definitely doesn't want to be. It's a bizarre experience. You can see a lot of people paying attention here. They want this to be a very solid run. So Seems like they're just sorting out maybe a NinjaWorks issue. AJ was already getting pretty iced before the thing. We are switching out a couple of camera batteries, so I don't know if that was the direct cause, but we're resetting it now. We're going to get another try for AJ Merchant, something that everyone will love to see.
The anticipation.
Hopefully the icing experience hasn't fully thrown her off of a pending course run here. That being said, though, AJ going first on challenge would have been a weird sight.
It would have been extremely weird. I mean, we've seen it happen before. We've seen athletes not have the placement run that they wanted to have and then go and win the whole thing. But I don't think that that's an expectation that we would have for AJ for sure.
I'm in full agreement there. AJ here coming out of Stamford, Connecticut, so I'd assume that she would train at stuff like the Grit, which she obviously is representing, and then Stamford Ninja Academy as well. There's a bunch of ninja academies around that area of the US. She's 5 foot, wingspan of 5'1". That's going to help her coming in on this placement course. We're getting ready to go here. Here we go. After a bit of ice time, we're getting ready to go. The countdown coming in. AJ is off.
Quickly through. We did see Liliana make similar moves here. So can we get this move right here? Just perfect. Going right into it.
Exactly. I'm seeing 0 errors on this run at the moment. 40 seconds. The fastest pace of the day. Here we go. Just going to take one backswing on the TikTok. That's not a problem at all. Here she goes. Going to take the backswing, pull on down on that boot scoot, and immediately come along through 31.
Oh my God. What? Okay.
I am a shocked man.
I did not think when she took that backswing on the TikTok, I was like, oh, maybe we won't get. And then she blows my mind. 4 seconds faster than I was expecting her to be. And she's 9 seconds or 7 seconds faster than the fastest time. That is in speed in Ninja, guys. That's a huge margin. Wow.
Absolutely, especially on a placement course like that. AJ, rightfully so, has put herself into first place with Liliana, Misha, and Elise all following suit with clears. We had a lot of clears on that Mature Kids female placement course, and I guarantee you for the males, we're going to start out with one with Owen Alzheimer coming along through being our first male runner.
Now, Owen was our top pick, so we're seeing him go first on the placement course. I doubt we will see him first on the challenge course. Moving through nice and quickly here.
Here goes Owen, taking the roundabout already, putting his legs back to get a maximum link. Here he goes. Owen pulling along through. It's always a treat to see our Dexterity King pull along through on a placement course like this. A sub 30 is imminent, I tell you. Here he goes. Sub 30 is in the cards!
28.51. Are you kidding? Are you kidding?
Stop it. Actually stop it. There is no way that happened. That is insane.
So smooth. So smooth.
How does it get any better than that, though?
Well,
all of our kids have been set the highest bar possible.
I did say I think we could get sub 20, but I mean, even after seeing that, he was so smooth. I'm shocked by 28. I don't know. Maybe I got to walk it back. Can we get faster than 28? Can we? We've gotten sub 30. Will we get sub 25? This remains to be seen. Who is up? We've got Everest Kindersmith.
This is already an incredible Mature Kids competition out here at Next Level. Everest, known as Big E, is back this season after he took last season off to focus on his soccer career, or football if you're the... anytime I see soccer, I'm going to defend football. Because you use your foot to kick a ball. It is simple. You don't use your sock. You don't use your sock, you use your foot.
You don't use
That's what you say, though.
But they'd call it sock ball if that was what they were trying to say.
That's an even dumber name for it, but regardless, our football merchant here, Everest, gonna come on through. Loving the orange bandana as well, representing the finalist shirt from this year's Worlds, I think that is. 40 seconds. He's trying his best to rival Owen's time. Here he goes. He's pulling back that TikTok to try and move already.
So
Are we okay?
clean.
A backswing there. How is he gonna fare? Here he goes, pulling back, and we're going to see a 34.67 clear.
Wow, that is wild. The comparison between Owen or Big E and Owen's time is wild. Again, a 7-second margin of difference here, but stellar performance out of Big E today.
Impeccable. We're going to see more of him and Owen later on in the challenge course. Third up, going to be Drew Elson coming out of Haddonfield, New Jersey. Or Haddonfield, New Jersey even. Drew loves Ninja. He trains 3 days a week. When he's not doing Ninja, he likes to build Legos, play baseball, and watch The Simpsons. Oh, what class that is. Here he goes. Drew coming along in, representing a Mohawk as well. I'm loving this. Pulling back and popping through. That's the first pop through type motion we've seen. And he's pulling along through even more.
So quick. His movements are so rapid fire, one right after the other. That's the sign of a great speed athlete. Going right to the trapeze bar. Oh, and popping onto...
Oh my goodness, 31 and a half! Oh,
What
wow.
in the world? Wow. Now that was
Carnage.
confidence. He just popped right into the boot scoot. Hopefully we get to see this again, but like, just watch this. Most of the kids are pulling back. He just went boom, right to it. Was ready for the drop. Minimized the amount of time his feet were on the ground. Oh my gosh, this kid's going places, guys. This kid is going places.
That was superb body control on that boot scoot. I'm seeing absolute carnage ensue in front of me on this mature kids course. Let's see if our Timothy Cedar is going to be able to pull along through here. I believe.
I don't think that's Tim. I think that's Derek Saraceno. Yeah, that's Derek Saraceno. So
okay.
I don't know where Timothy is. I wonder if Timothy ended up not competing today.
All right, so Derek on the start line. We were talking to him. He has a lot of experience out here. 44 competitions he's done throughout the entire... That's like more than one a week for the what?
Oh, no.
What did he do?
They failed him. I wonder if he wasn't supposed to use the outside of the wedge. That
I'm
must have
right
been it.
confused. That's a shame as well. You can see him. He's pulling along through incredibly fast. He's coming out in Ninja Mania, which means they have a lot of speed as they train a lot of speed courses there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm expecting some good things for Derek on the challenge course. Unfortunate to use the outside of the wedge there. That must have been the reason for the fail, because that was when I saw Nick go ahead and punch the button on that failed him in NinjaWorks.
That's weird. We're going to have to see what that's all about later on. But regardless, we have got Derek. Wait, no. Okay, wait. This is Tim. This is Timothy Cedar.
Okay, all right.
Here
there
we go. Here he is coming out of Annandale, New Jersey, a part of Team Next Level out here. Maybe some home gym advantage, possibly. The iconic orange. We see it a lot at world events. Here we go.
Oh, wow. And I really like that shirt that Mozzie has. That's a very cool team shirt.
I'm in agreement. I'm very much a fan of it. The World Championship at the bottom, I like it a lot.
All right. It looks like Timothy is going to take a quick breather. I wonder if they're talking through what that fail was for Derek and just trying to get some clarity on exactly why he failed there.
We can see here how many competitors. We have got 12 competitors left, it looks like. Or 11. Yeah, 11. Okay. Xander Lipton is going to be up soon, followed by Spencer Leighton Dre, and then Dawson Shane, Joey Stone, a big name there, Phoenix, Arthur, Riley, PJ, and Asa. Out here, that is everyone who still remains for our mature kid male division here. This course has been absolutely immense so far. We've had it all. We've had controversies, we've had early fails, and we've had sub-30s. What's going on?
We've had people getting iced out there on the start platform and then pull out with some crazy runs. We've seen athletes just really showing a phenomenal push. You know, I love to see the aggression in these athletes, and so early, right? Like some of the moves, you know, we were watching Logan earlier. We were watching, oh gosh, I'm blanking on the name, but you know, some of these athletes, they were moving really quickly. There was really fast turnover, and the fast turnover and movement, you don't really see that until you get to the elite division, right? So how quickly was Drew moving? How quickly Owen was moving through? Like they're doing this and they're 10 years old. So how fast are we going to get by the time these kids end up being, you know, in the elite division where maybe that sub 20 becomes true? I don't know.
Possibly. I mean, you never know. So I'm looking. So the leaderboard is a bit jumbled up at the minute, but right now our top 3 consists of Owen Alzheimer with the top time of 28.51, Drew Elson in second with 31.08, Everest Kindersmith at 34.67, and then Derek Sarancino surprisingly going out early there. It looks like we're trying to sort it out at the moment, trying to figure out what went wrong there. So in a moment, we'll have the info on whether that'll be a rerun or anything. So we'll have it. We'll definitely check out what's up momentarily.
All right, and it looks like for Derek, there is some black tape that must be around the outside of the wedge. So he unfortunately grabbed the black tape. So it's pretty clear during the rules that that move is slot only. So that is why Derek did end up getting the fail on that obstacle.
Right. Okay. I see. Right. So that's really unfortunate. So Derek has a high opportunity of being the first runner on our challenge course once we get there. But I guarantee you it'll be a very flashy start because after he failed, supposedly, then he just kept going, moving incredibly fast. As we said, Ninja Mania is where we first started the head-to-head competitions in general. That was actually the first competition I ever commentated with Mary here, actually, which was kind of cool. I remember that. I remember it was Ramses Valdez. He did like 7 races in a row and won all of them. It was actually insane. I remember that heavily.
Yep. I think that was when we also figured out that some pro tips for commentary on head-to-head, you should really only have one person talking at a time.
Kind of, yeah. Right, okay, so we've had 4 of our males run so far. Owen with the fastest clear. Do we reckon we're going to get any faster times than 28.5?
You know, I really want to say that yes, we will. I'm looking at Joey Stone. As my top candidate here. I think that he could have definitely has a shot. There's also some names here that I'm not super familiar with, so I could definitely be surprised. I do got to give a shout out to my Vitality Obstacle Fitness athlete, Spencer Latender. So Spencer has been on an upswing, and he trains at Vitality. I really can't say any much more than he trains at Vitality. He trains with Jordan. He's got a home course as well that he can train on in between when he's doing some activities at his house. So it could be possible. We could see faster than 28. But at least right now, we get to see Timothy. He is off.
Here he goes. Tim coming along here, forwarding all of his moves. Not a problem here. Trying to pull on back. 180 approach. Nice. I like that. That might have not been the approach he was going for, but the adaptability was very much on point.
Yeah, I made it work, and now we're onto the TikTok. Oh, that foot placement. Oh, wow. He was like sitting down and somehow got to the cliffhanger.
That was scary. Wow. Right, here he goes. Boot scoot all the way forward. 25 seconds left. That's going to be 35.57.
It wasn't pretty. It was a little squirrely, but he made it work. Nice job, Timothy. I mean, look at this. He's full on sitting, and then somehow he gets to the cliffhanger. What is this, kid? What is this?
I would like to know, and I would like to know his training regime as well, exactly. So I can be as good. With my knees cracking at age 18, I think I would need a lot more training than him. Right, Xander Lipton coming along through. He's next up, coming out of Westport, Connecticut. He has competed 17 times throughout the entirety of season 11 out here. Premier Series definitely deserved here. Coming out of the grit, he is moving very fast.
Yeah, very fluid. Again, not a ton of hesitation in between those obstacles. One backswing here. He is a little bit on the shorter side, so not too surprised to see a little bit. One of our smaller athletes. We'll see how he does on the TikTok. That's going to be the moment here. He's got a good backswing. Will he go right away? Oh, he was looking for it.
Here
Nice.
he goes. He gets the grab. Here goes Xander, pulling along back and forth. Gonna go on down here onto that platform, immediately run on there, and Xander comes in with 45.08 seconds on the clock there. A buzzer. Always great to see.
Yeah, clear as a clear, man. Now, looks like he's really building up into some of that that commitment. A little bit of hesitation here. A couple of the moves. It looks like he wanted to go for the link, wasn't quite there yet. I'll be excited to see him on the challenge course and see if he can clean up some of those hesitations. But here is the athlete that we were just talking about, the War Turtle, as we can see on the back of his shirt. This is Spencer Latender. I don't know why he's called the War Turtle. I'm very curious.
Well, he's not moving as slow as a turtle. Here he
That's
goes.
for
He's
sure.
moving very, very fast currently. 50 seconds as he comes on through onto our dragon head. Makes the
Maybe-
turnaround. He's going to static via the teeth.
Maybe turtles at war move faster than regular turtles. Maybe that's why.
Oh, shout out to our producer here. War Turtle is a Pokemon. Oh, that's sick. Right, okay.
Oh,
Spencer
I see.
coming along through. Here he is, 4'9", trains out of Vitality, making his way through 33.26.
33. That is a stellar time.
Wow. Okay, so our Pokemon-loving fella out here, Spencer, did an expert job right there coming out of Vitality. I am very, very happy with how that went. We still have more people to go. Dawson Lane being the first.
Dawson Lane coming to us out of Fairfield, Connecticut. He trains at the Grit Ninja in Norwalk, CT. His coach recognize him for a very strong work ethic and a positive attitude. So let's see what we can turn that into out here on the course.
You can see him here moving along, pulling back. Easy stuff. Dawson has been, he looks like he's on the same pace as the rest of the athletes out here and how they've been on these courses right here on the placement. Here he goes. He's trying to move along through here. Gets the pull back on that trapeze. How's his TikTok game going to be? Wants a massive pullback to immediately jump to the cliff, which he does.
Right into the boot scoot and oh, a little scoot.
No, that's out! Are you kidding me?
Oh, Nick, no!
Oh, you're taking Mick there, fella.
Oh,
Oh, what's going on?
Poor Dawson. He must have just tapped the ground behind the dismount. Oh, and it was looking so good. This whole line was so good, so clean. He pushes through. I don't know what happened. He barely brushed the bottom there.
That
Tough
was
judge out
harsh
man.
there. His leg
judge.
just skimming it. Shane Young next up now on the start line, coming out of Wayne, New Jersey. He loves Ninja. He's made a lot of friends. He gets to see him at comps a lot. His max lachey is 11 foot. He likes playing video games with his mates. Shout out to his mum and dad. He loves them a lot. Here he goes. Height and wingspan, 4'11", 97 pounds. Here he goes. He's got a YouTube channel with Shane_Young being the title of it. Subscribe today. Age 10. He's moving very, very fast. This is the fastest pace so far, as a matter of fact. Shane Young coming in underrated out here. Makes the jump cliff. He's got a lot of momentum. Mary the car!
He misses.
Okay, he's held on. He's held on. Can he get it? Oh my gosh! 29!
Dude, that could have been like 26. Oh my gosh, he like watch this again. Just watch this. So clean, so fast. Just misses it. Goes for the second time. Look at this. Barely uses the skateboard to get himself to the dismount platform. Oh my gosh, I'm excited to see what that looks like in a challenge course.
Wild, absolutely wild. But now one person we like to see here, Joey Stone, known as the Basement Ninja, one of the most famous youth athletes in the world here for Ninja. Here he is at Next Level's Premier Series. 50 seconds coming in. He's already on the fastest pace and it hasn't even been 3 obstacles yet. This is immense.
Wow. He keeps inching that pace up and up. That margin. We'll see what it is when he lands for the boot scoot. Oh, he's on pace with the fastest time right now. Exactly on pace. Can he? Oh, wow!
27 and he skips the skateboard! Come on, that's our fella! Come on!
Oh! Joey Stone. We called him out at the start, and this is exactly why, everybody. Most athletes ride a little bit on that skateboard. He just uses it like it's a dancing stone, just like jumps right off of it. And that saved him so much time. Wow. Fantastic.
I'm very pleased. I expect nothing less. I just sit back and I see Joey Stone run and I smile. It's that good. Here he goes. Phoenix Ivans coming along through here. He is absolutely insane. He finished top 20 on stage 3 at the season 9 World Championships in 2024. He got 9th place on stage 1 in season 11, so this year's world. So he's got a lot of speed to offer with that credential under his belt. Here he goes, pulling back on the TikTok. Mary, this is another very fast run.
I know, a little bit behind our leaders here, but we're still seeing some really stellar work linking right into it. Oh, and another one just, it looks like they figured it out. They know they can just broad jump from that skateboard.
They
don't
absolutely
even need
can.
a wheel on it. Fantastic.
Yeah, nothing's stopping them. This is absolutely insane.
Boom, and it's there. And yeah, who needs a skateboard? Why don't you just broad jump from the start platform at that point?
Yeah, just start platform to the buzzer. I mean, it is right there, to be fair. You can just skip everything, can't you? Reach out. You don't even need to leave the platform. You can get like a reset stick and just hit the buzzer. Arthur Glover. Here he goes, coming out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He's known as the Helium Ninja on YouTube. He has the gym's pull-up record at Iron City Ninja at 52. He loves laches, but his biggest strength is hard grip obstacles. There aren't many of them here on the placement course, but challenge comes around a lot of tough grip there. He's having a slower and a steadier approach. It is relatively smooth. Arthur coming along in here, 4'5", both height and wingspan, doing a very solid job so far, cementing his pace.
Yeah, and you mentioned this. His pace is not as fast as the rest of the leaders, but it's very smooth. I think we'll definitely see him clear. He's going to need to keep moving, though. We're getting a little bit down on time. Oh, I wish he had gone right there. These last couple of moves are going to need to be clear.
Oh, no, the hand! He just whiffed it with his right hand, unfortunately. That happens a lot, sadly, to our good ninjas. He was very, very close. He had one hand on it. I knew he was going for it. But if we have a look at that again, it was just his right hand. He couldn't get the grip, sadly.
I wonder
Four more athletes.
I wonder if he was trying to figure out if he wanted to reach for the trapeze bar. Because if he's a strong stage 3, you know he's got good grip. Maybe he wanted to go one-handed and then second-guessed it middle.
Possibly, yeah. There's a lot of ways you can go around this course. Let's see how Riley Evangelista is able to move on through. Coming out of Ringo's, New Jersey. He's competed 6 times throughout the season, which is surprisingly one of the lower numbers considering the field that we've got here today. But Riley showing like he's got about 50 comps of experience over here. Come on, here he goes.
Stellar movement. He's moving right on into the TikTok taller athlete, so hopefully he can get his feet down. Oh, don't... Ah! Are we going to see another one trying to go from the knees? He gets it.
That was a lot of weight on his shoulders there. I could see he was dead hanging with a lot of force once he got onto that cliff. But here he goes, 20 seconds left as he reaches out on that boot scoot, and the foot tap is sadly going to leave him out.
Oh, man. Another one with the foot tap on the boot scoot. And I think you can see it, in this pass right here, a little bit of that inexperience. He kind of hesitated on the reach out. And, our seasoned athletes know they got to keep those feet up and kind of throw their hips back and knees over their head. But that's all right. It was still a solid run. Still should put him in a pretty good placement for the challenge course. Won't be first, won't be last, but he'll be comfortably in the middle. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is the most interesting man in Ninja. This is PJ Tissy. And I am very excited to see this iguana nursing and debater. He likes to debate mathematical concepts about bubbles, guys. We talked about him being a smart athlete and being able to figure out these obstacles. If his animal skills don't help him, perhaps those mathematical skills will too. Little circumference calculation right there, going around the wheel. And moving really quickly.
I'm loving this. Look at this. PJ coming along very, very fast. He's very, very good at this, as we know. He likes the color yellow, and the ladies find his eyes dazzling. We find his tech dazzling, too. Here we go. 25. Oh, my goodness. He tripped onto the board, and he was fine. What was that?
How did he save that? What just happened? He literally fell onto the skateboard, and so watch this. Just
He tripped into success. Metaphorical out here at next level, guys.
That's, again, the most interesting man in Ninja. And now we are on to our final athlete, ladies and gentlemen. This is Asa Curley. Asa is coming to us from Woodbury Heights, New Jersey. And he is already off. I'm looking at that shirt. What is that shirt? Which gym does he train at? They've got cool vibes.
I can't tell. It's a relatively newer jersey, it looks like. But here goes Asa. Coming along through, not having a problem so far. He loves the sport of ninja and the strength he's built and the skills he's learned. He especially loves the friendships that he's made within the ninja community. He's got a good relationship with the holds that we're seeing.
Wow.
30!
Super.
Very, very fast. Oh my lord.
It was really clean. It was a
Superb.
very clean run. Curious to see what that time ended up being, but see the veteran move of just throwing those hips up and realizing, watching the other athletes, does not need to use a skateboard, can just pop right on through. So that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to set us up for the challenge course. We'll see that run order pull up. So if you flip this on its head, we've got Joey Stone, Shane Young, and Asa Curley in our top 3 right now. So we'll see them run last on the challenge course. Looks like about just over half of our athletes full cleared. So, we've got everybody seated in terms of speed, but definitely a lot of athletes fully capable of tackling the obstacles in the challenge course. And it's really going to just come down to who can do it the cleanest, who can do it first try. It's still anybody's game at this point. You've got your standouts in terms of speed, but you could see a huge shakeup on the leaderboard when we get through this challenge course in a little bit here.
I'm in full agreement. Anything can happen when we go into our challenge course. Guys, thank you for watching that. We're going to be taking a short break. We also had our mature kid female division, so we're going to be having our AJ Merchant be the final competitor on the female side of things, with Jolie Bonura being our first competitor who's going to be taking on the challenge course in due time. It's going to be a very, very fun event. We will see you guys after the break. Do take care. Welcome back to the WNL Premier Series Season 4 qualifier out here at Next Level Ninja in New Jersey. My name is Billy Dixon. I am joined alongside Mary Layton here today.
Hello,
We
hello.
just wrapped up an insane placement course, and now we're coming into challenge.
Yep, we saw, some of the classic things that happen in a placement course. We saw some heartbreaks. We saw some insanely fast runs. We saw some squirrely runs. I think that overall, it just sets us up for such an exciting look at the challenge course because there's no clear distinction in these athletes in terms of skill. They're all there, right? It's the top 25%. They all demonstrated that they are the top 25%. What is going to happen in this challenge course, Billy?
All right, so in terms of the challenge course, every single athlete is going to be able to have 2 retries on a course, meaning that if you fail an obstacle once, you have the opportunity to do it again, and if you pass it, you can clear along with your course. You have 2 opportunities to do that, and if you fall on an obstacle twice, your run is finished. If you fall on 3 separate obstacles, your run is finished. If you run out of time, you finish as well. And on overall, the challenge course determines who is going to be qualifying for the Premier Series finals out here. So our top 4 athletes in the female and the male division, they're going to be going to the Premier Series finals at Ascend Obstacle Training Marlborough in Massachusetts. That's happening on the 20th through the 22nd of November. It's going to be an absolutely amazing journey. I cannot wait for it, but we're out here at Next Level. We're going to be starting out our female mature kids challenge course.
Yep, and I am very pumped to see all of these obstacles. We've got some cool names. This first obstacle is called Watch Out for That Tree. I don't know how many people are going to get the reference. If you do, chime in the chat. Tell me what show that is from or what movie that's from. And
I'll give you a clue. It's part of a theme song, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, there we go.
Should I hum a few bars?
If you want.
All right. Who is our first athlete? We got Jolie.
So Jolie sadly went out on the first obstacle on the placement course, and she was quite disappointed with it. So let's see if she is able to move along through this challenge course at a blistering pace to set the standard for what's to come for our mature kid challenge. Oh no! Sadly, just had a bit of a slip there. That looked a bit painful. Still though, we have a retry available. Here she goes again.
Wow, and that rope just must be a little bit more slick than she was expecting, but she grabs on. This one obstacle is called Taking Things in a New Direction. You can see why here. Up next is called Skill Issue. No skill issues so far. Onto the orange slice. She's got to go to that dismount.
Right,
she has the battering ram, but I don't think we're going to see too many athletes use it.
Here she goes now, going along the left side of that wall there. Coming into some agility here. These are some spinning discs on some steps that you got to be careful with, and sadly that's going to be out of bounds for her. This is unfortunate now because we have no retries left after this moment. So let's see if Jolie is able to redeem herself on these steps.
Yeah, do
She
you
gets the
step
first
on
one.
that? Good, I like that adjustment. She
Yes.
stepped fully before moving on. Now this one, called Riding the Bull. This one is really interesting. They have these hooks that are suspended from pipes that they have to kind of reach in and keep that tension on the rings as they lean away from the wall. But you see how they get tripped up here. It makes it just difficult. Oh, but Jolie makes it look easy.
This is very
Moving right
good at the
along.
moment. Here she goes, going to move along into the cliffs and palm flips. Going to reach out onto that coffin hold and shift along through the rest of these holds here. It looks like the cliffhanger is what they're going to be using on that little T-ledge there. And now we're moving immediately on into some cliffs out here. We still got a minute and a half left. If she moves on through, we could be at a buzzer pace, just saying.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking really strong. You know, she had those early 2 fails. So we're going to have to kind of assess the difficulty here. She's kind of the guinea pig being the first one to go. But she's looking very fluid through these cliffs. Going to need to make a little bit of a turnaround. Going with the backwards cliff grab. And she's almost
I'm
through this
liking
one.
this. Yes, okay, 2 more obstacles left to go. We got a minute left. This is a very good pace at the minute. We're moving on to I Hope You're Precise.
Yeah, now I would have liked to see her have some retries coming into this corridor here, some newer style obstacles. You know, if you have a slip up, her run is done at that point, but she's getting through this very well. on. I
This
hope you're
is good,
precise.
Mary. One more obstacle. We could see a buzzer. If she gets the buzzer here, it'll be the greatest redemption story ever. Here we go, Jolie.
Oh.
No! Sadly, wasn't able to get it, but still going from a placement course there, which ended at the first obstacle, to nearly clearing the challenge course. That's
Almost
immense
a
redemption.
full clear. And what is that tallying us for the rest of this field here, man? Like, I think we're gonna see a lot of athletes make it all the way to the end there. It's really gonna come down to that bar tech. You could see here, she just did not control the bar as she launched, just didn't keep it quite straight in the air. So, I mean, that flying bar for mature kids is wild. Like, it's actually wild. So
It's
I don't
not
know,
very
man.
easy.
It is wild.
All right, second runner up. Here we go. Maribel Baker coming along in now. Coming out of Flemington, New Jersey, representing the Next Level Team shirt, the orange. Here she
Boy.
goes, trying her best to slide the rope down to grab
Oh,
onto
no.
that black piston, but it's not working.
All right, and she was really smart. She went to the start platform. I'd love to see her push off of the start platform a little more and maybe swing up into it. There it is. That's better. Come on. Oh, and now she's really far past it. Can she grab it? Yes, she does.
There we go. Love it. Right. Here she moves now. 2 minutes and 30 seconds as she moves along into skill issue, as she moves along onto that sideways board. Trampoline coming up next, and then the orange slice using both of the sides.
I wonder what the story is with this obstacle being called skill issue. I bet a tester did it and they didn't get it. I could just picture Joe
Maybe?
Capo being like, yeah, that was a skill issue.
Possibly, yeah, that seems honestly quite reasonable. And then we have a look here, coming along onto the left side of that wall. And now here we are, moving on to the spinners.
Oh,
Ooh, careful. Okay, these are really, really difficult here because they're on angles. They look like a nightmare for your ankles. It's going to be very, very difficult to properly move ahead here, but Maribel is going to try and move along. She's got it. Lovely.
Yeah, and that obstacle, it really is just your momentum, right? Because it shoots you. You can't move through it very fluidly unless you do a little bit of a crossover with your legs. So you really almost have to stop. Oh, and Maribel is doing something a little bit different. She's trying to put 2 on the same hook here, which I like, other than the fact that that top one could slip out at any point in time. You can see it adjusting there.
Yeah.
She's going to need to make sure it's really locked in. And it looks like we're just about there. Is she going to go for an early dismount?
Seems like she could. We've seen people go from only the second one. She's got it. That was close, but you could see the foot following behind her. But she's doing okay so far. I mean, that was the beta that a lot of people in the kids division use, putting one over the other on the rings there. But whatever works for these kids here. But Maribel comes along through using these cliffs now. Can she get onto the palm flip? Hopefully so.
50 seconds left. She's really going to need to move if she wants to get all the way through this course. Easily onto palm flip. Just has to go for that dismount now. And these are not short obstacles here, guys. These are lengthy obstacles, especially this cliff line. There's a lot of moves. She's going to need to be efficient if she wants to try to at least match where Jolie got to in the last run here.
20 seconds left for Maribel. Here she goes, trying to sway her way along these obstacles here. She's not having a problem at the moment, but 10 seconds are left. I don't know if she's going to be able to make it through the entirety of the obstacle without time expiring. It's going to be close, but she has got it. And that is where she's going to have to end her run there on the run up to the 9th obstacle. That was still a very, very good run. Congrats to her, doing absolutely brilliant, Maribel Baker.
Yeah, and really it just ate up a lot of time on this obstacle here on riding the bull. I think that her height was a little bit of a disadvantage. You know, you saw Jolie able to sort of cross over, and it helped her get through the obstacle a little bit quicker. And certainly some of the hangups on the earlier obstacles ate into that time. But I love to see an athlete time out, right? They didn't fail. They were still going. It was just a matter of speed. So, you know, next time she comes out here, she's going to have continue to have stellar performances.
I would absolutely hope so. we've got 9 more female athletes, 5 more, and then we'll be able to see who's going to Premier Series finals. Riley coming along now, Mihalik coming along, easy stuff over that first wall. A lot of people throughout the day have had trouble, but that was one of the fastest grabs we've seen.
Mm-hmm. And Riley made me very excited to see this run because, you know, she didn't do as well in the placement as, and look at that. That's a beta break. Completely skipped that sideways grab. Just went right to the trampoline.
No need. Absolutely no need for the sideways at all.
This is what I expected to see from her. You could see this in her placement course, just the aggression. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Needed actually a little more aggression on that step. So you really want to spring off of it. You don't want to step on it. She kept her weight on it a little too long. Makes the adjustment here.
Careful.
Good save.
Oh, it's so
Cute.
scary. I absolutely hate that obstacle. It's so scary to watch for our kids here.
I really want to try it. It looks fun.
I
Oh
want to
my
try.
gosh.
Oh, careful! Only half of that bar slot. Oh, but she's using it to her advantage there. That slip through. She's making it work. But can she progress through it?
I don't know if I like this. I liked it at first, but I feel like you're at risk of popping out of the ring there.
Not anymore.
Oh, phew. She barely made that. Well, Riley
Here
having a
we go
squirrely
again.
placement run continues to have a squirrely run here in the challenge course, but it's working. She still has 2 minutes left on the clock and only 4 obstacles to go.
Here we go. 1 minute 45 seconds. As Riley gets the pamphlet, you can see her fingertips were kind of jolting on that one, but she's got it. But they've got easily the fastest time up to this point by just a second, though. So let's see how she can fare coming along into these cliffs now.
Yeah, and one of our shorter athletes here, a little bit of a struggle getting up to the, getting up to those nunchucks right there.
Here she goes.
Though.
She's doing a very, very good job. She's trying her best, getting a large swing. Is she going for the dismount? Did she make it?
Did.
No. Okay.
No. I'm curious about that decision right there because she's definitely strong enough to get the reach up there and maybe do that little bit of a turnaround. Maybe she's nervous about making that move. But I'd like to see her do what Jolie did and sort of use that reverse cliff grip. It makes, you know, it taxes some different muscles. You're in more of a chin-up position. We'll see how she approaches this the second time. And you know, it could also just be a strategy from her coach, just saying, hey, let's try to go for the more aggressive skips here. Because ultimately that is going to set you up for success in the sport if you're able to accomplish those. But Riley, in any case, has made it all the way through to the back half. She's got 40 seconds. Certainly enough time. No retries left, so she's going to have to be perfect here.
Oh, no, just a spin out on that little cube there. So it looked like she didn't have an even amount of weight on her hands there. That's really, really sad there. She was very good up to that point too, with a couple of close calls here and there, particularly on the steps and on these rings. But regardless, not a problem for her throughout the vast majority of this course, making it to the 9th obstacle.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this athlete progress throughout the years because you can tell she's not afraid to try crazy things. Needs to work a little bit more on her precision, but the attack and the push for speed is definitely there. I think we can expect big things from her in the years to come. Hopefully we'll see her at a few more of the competitions. Maybe she'll go up to Vitality or Albany Ninja Lab. Would love to see her compete again.
Yeah, to be fair, you make a good point. If any of these females or males in the mature kid division don't qualify here today, they have Vitality and Albany to try and get through as a second resort, or third in their case. But regardless, we have Ren Barber coming along now through in this course. 3 minutes 5 as she grasps onto that hook. And here she goes. She's trying to get a straight on swing to the dismount.
Oh,
no, it's not
are they
fine.
gonna-
No. She was too far back. She didn't pass the plane fully. That's not the place you want to take a retry on.
It really isn't, especially because, you know, that she was just going for an early dismount. It wasn't a skill issue. That's the next obstacle, you know? It was just a slight miscalculation here. But she's going for it again. She gets it well past that plane.
Here we go. Ren. She's in the middle of the slice, which isn't giving her as much momentum as possible, but she makes it through without a problem on that propeller bar ring, going down on that wall. And now here she goes onto the agility spinners.
So far, we haven't seen anyone get this obstacle
Ooh.
first try. They really, yeah, I really like the strategy of pausing on the step. I mean, you could take it continuously. You would need to do a little bit of a foot switch, right? Oh
No, man! Just the spin out there. Really unfortunate. You could see, I think that was a bit too much force on the foot because you kind of need to be light-footed to try and not make the disc spin as fast. Like you could see there, she was putting a lot of force downward, and that's what spun it out. So that's really unfortunate, but still very good.
Yeah, the foot placement definitely was what got her there too. She was on the outside of the wheel. You really want to be dead center. So tough lesson for Ren to learn out there today. But we've got a maximum effort athlete coming on up. This is Alexandria.
4'4", wingspan of 4'5" here. 64 pounds, done ninja since 2023. This is Ali's second year as a mature kid, and some of her accomplishments last season were finishing 4th at the WNA finals and finishing 13th for the world champion bracket at Worlds this year. When she's not at the gym, she has a lacrosse stick in her hand. She loves to be outside. She loves science and math, and thinks that she would like to be a nurse or work with animals when she grows up. She loves spending time with her sisters and her family, and she would like to shout out all of her friends and family watching at home and at school. And a special thanks to all of her coaches that have helped her become an athlete she is today. And here she is now, midway through a challenge course at Premier Series. No easy feat as she moves along through a very light feat. There we go on that obstacle.
And I honestly, I was saying to myself, I was like, if we're going to get somebody through that tricky agility obstacle first try, it's going to be a max effort kid, because Joe Maxwell out there, he trains the athletes on all the things. They are well-rounded athletes. So I'm pumped to see her get to the rest of this course, and she's doing well on time. She's got 2 minutes left. We're going to need to see if she can kind of figure out her strategy here in a really awkward position, but it looks like she's got it.
Seemingly just needs to get enough momentum down. Yes, you're fine.
That dismount makes me nervous every time. I'm like sitting here holding my breath, just praying.
Bro, the entire obstacle makes me nervous. I'm just watching, like, it's hurting my eyes how much I'm keeping my eyes open without blinking. So here we go. Alexandria trying to move along through the backhand on that cliff seems to be the best way to go. Is she going to skip, maybe? Nope, she's going to take the palm in her hand there. Grab along a minute 25.
Oh, and she's going right up. She's making a smart choice here. Oh, looks like she did decide to use both of those holds to build up her swing and get up to the cliff. So here we go. I'd really love to see some quicker movement here on the cliffs. You know, all of the athletes are kind of taking I would call it a more casual pace, but she's through, so it's working. I'm not going to knock it.
50 seconds now, 2 final obstacles. Yeah, no retries used yet either. So here we go. We have a large opportunity for a clear here if she's able to move along through these cubes, but sadly she just loses her grip. So here we go now. Second time around, she needs to get it or else her run is toast.
Yeah, we saw that same kind of error happen with Riley. It looks like that third box, it's a little bit harder to judge exactly where to put your hands to be directly on top. First two, not proven to be too difficult. Oh, no.
Oh, man, that's unfortunate.
They sanded those edges.
I agree. At that point, you basically need to have sandpaper hands in order to get through.
Yeah, but fantastic work for her getting the first try through the agility. Haven't seen any other athletes make it through there. A little bit squirrely here on riding the bull, but she phenomenally got through here, even if we were nervous on this dismount, that's for sure.
Look again here. She was so close. She had it there. It didn't even spin out. The grip was just starting to give out. That might have been why she was going slow on the cliffs earlier, if I had to give a guess.
That's a good point. That's a great point.
Okay.
Yeah, at that point, you've been on the course for a couple minutes. All right, we've got Logan Talicki coming up. So right now, Jolie Benura, one of our first athletes to run, is holding on to that top spot. If she can hang on for a few more runners, she'll have locked her position in. Alexandria just behind her, getting through the cliffs in a time of 2:18. Okay, we almost had a head bonk there on that trapeze bar, but it looks like Logan is A-okay.
Here we go for Logan. Gonna try her best to get the swing necessary, which she does in spades. Absolutely incredible there. Here she goes, reaching out for the ring to make the turnaround on the propel bar to the wall. Easy cat grab. And moves along accordingly. Solid pace from all of our athletes so far. No one's really been moving that slow. They all want to get to the end of the course, and they are aware that was really close. They're all aware of how long the time limit is, and we can see now only a minute has gone past and we're halfway through the course. So this last half of the course definitely allows for a couple more relaxed approaches to obstacles, because obstacles like this one here really need it.
Oh, wow. And that was smart. She actually dropped the ring down and changed hands. Okay, she's really got to get this.
Okay, she's
like
holding a ring
strategy
in between her legs. Techers. Here we go.
Yeah.
Look at that. Logan really pulling
no.
through
Did she
here.
just
Keep
drop
it.
off?
Oh, yeah, unfortunate there.
Oh, and that's so much time on this obstacle, too. This is not where you want to take a retry. And also, you know, you've got your feet on the wall, but holding the tension on that ring for that long, this is tiring. It doesn't look like it's that tiring.
Oh, it just slips out. Logan, unfortunately, down and out there on riding the bull. It's a hard one. I'm surprised not many people have gone out on that. It is a really difficult one, but it just couldn't be hacked today.
Yeah, and it's such an unfortunate fail because it's, you know, you just need to figure it out. It's not a strength issue. It's not a skill issue. It's just something, it's just an odd obstacle, you know? Bummer for Logan today, but we are going to see if Amelia can punch her ticket here. She is going to need to get into first place and then hold on to first place for the next 4 runners. If for at least one of the next 4 runners, if she wants to qualify for the championships.
This is our last runner to cement who's going to be on the bubble by the end of this comp. Or by the end, yeah, basically. Here we go. 3 minutes on the clock now as she makes her way through to the 3rd obstacle. We've seen that you can basically skip the sideways hold. The trampoline was a bit rocky there. But regardless, Amelia, I'm going to try her best. What happened there?
I think they're calling her back. I don't think that you're allowed to use blue.
Oh, right. Okay, that makes sense. So you need to be spot on there. And she's fine. Okay. Lovely stuff.
All right. Maybe you just can't use the edge of the blue. I'm a little confused on the ruling there, but she's through. We're not going to worry too much about it.
Here we go. Amelia going to try her best to move along through this course at a very solid pace as she's doing now. Moving along here. Must be wary that she... Okay, that was the most spin we've seen out of any attempt there. But Amelia is going to try her best now to move on through at a very solid pace. 2 minutes and 10 seconds doing the cross arm technique. We've seen that be used.
Wow. Nice height. Nice height. You can see her coach is probably about as nervous as I am about how the twist on that ring was getting her a few seconds ago, but easy work. Made that look much less awkward than it actually is.
Amelia now 1 minute and 50 seconds, chalking up, getting ready to go for the cliffs and palm flips. Moving along through this coffin, grabbing onto these blue holds here. It's really hard to get the directional approach here correct, but she's got it, and she's immediately going to move down onto just cliffs.
Now she's looking very calm. One of our taller athletes here. So hopefully we can see her use that height. Oh, and great movement through here. Clean, consistent pace.
Her fingertips are really being tested. Here we go. So close to getting to the end. She's getting the dismount. 2nd place right now. We have the opportunity to get a clear, possibly. We have one more retry still available.
If she can get through, I hope you're precise. In just under the next couple of seconds here, I think she is going to bump herself into first. And she does by 1 second.
Okay.
That was close. But I think we're going to see the next couple of athletes coming after her also get to this point. She's really going to want to get the clear here to really give herself a solid chance of staying in that top spot and qualifying. Oh, okay.
Ooh,
So she's gotta
unfortunately wasn't
retry.
able to cement it. So let's see. One more retry. Here we go on the last obstacle. This could be it.
It was the placement of that right side of the bar. It was just a little too far forward in the cradle, so she's going to need to lock in that precision. She's got it.
Yes.
But now this reach up here, is she going to go for the reach? And
Oh,
that's exactly
careful.
what I was worried about. Ooh, and she looks like she
Oh.
got a bar to the ear there.
That's
yeah, you
really
almost
not
have
good.
to pop off of the cradle. Really great performance all the way up to that point, but tricky last obstacle. That's probably what it's going to come down to for our last couple of runners is speed through the precision obstacle. Great work over here overall. But again, flying bar and mature kids, that's no joke, guys. That is no joke.
Absolutely not. I'm going to train flying bar when I go training on Monday now. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, we've seen a couple of dropping bars on some of these kids' heads throughout the rest of today. I think that's the second time that's happened on the head specifically. But now we have 4 more athletes left, and this is where it gets serious. This is going to determine who goes to Premier Series finals and who doesn't.
Here's Elise Wessel. She is our Queen of the West Regional Championship 2 years in a row. So you know she's been around the block a few times, seen a couple of obstacles in her day. Has a little bit more of a sort of a veteran experience here. So a lot of the females, there's enough time to get to those last obstacles, but we want to see them get there with even more time. You see, she's not making some of those more simple mistakes we saw a few of the earlier athletes. And moving with a really quick pace right here. Just absolutely demolishing one obstacle right after the other.
This is great. She knows that she needs a fast time if she wants to cement herself to go to Ascend in November. And that's exactly what she's going to try and force out of this run. And she's doing a great job of it so far. This is where possibly a couple seconds could be lost, though, because these rings are just so precise and you need to be extra careful. At least trying to stretch out fully here. Very, very close.
Okay. And this is taking up energy. This is taking up time and energy.
Nice.
But she gets through it pretty quickly, so probably not using all that much.
This is very, very good at the minute. She's got a lot of titles in the WNL alone. She's made it to the Premier Series finals 3 out of 3 times. Hopefully she's able to make it a 4th due to this run. And she's got a very solid lead, 17.6 seconds ahead.
Huge margin ahead of the pace. She could maybe even take a fail on the precision obstacle and probably still come out on top. But I don't think that's going to happen. You can see her. She's looking really comfortable on these cliffs here. Just kind of moseying. That's just a nice cliff obstacle.
Here we go. 1 minute and 30 seconds as we take the dismount. 21 seconds ahead of Amelia to this point. This is going to be a very, very big order here. Does she have enough grip strength?
Oh, fix those
Careful.
hands, girl. Okay.
Right, okay. This is a very dire moment here. 1 minute and 10 seconds. Elise Wessel has cemented herself for the Premier Series finals for the 4th time, but sadly just can't get that flying bar move. One more attempt. Here she goes.
She did not even stop in between, and I would see at this point, I don't even think that this flying bar obstacle is going to come down to endurance. It is really just going to be have these athletes train flying bar before, because for flying bar to be in mature kids, it's kind of wild. You don't really see a lot of kids this age training these moves here. Oh,
no, again! Oh, it just fell out of the cradle. Oh, that's unfortunate there. So close. We're seeing it get closer run by run, Mary.
Yeah, maybe we could see AJ do it. I'm looking forward to that, but we've still got Misha, we've got Liliana, and then we have AJ. So some strong hopes to see if we can get somebody through that flying bar obstacle. That's for sure. And
you could see her, she was moving so solidly.
For this next moment right here, hopefully they show it, but that was some supreme spotting right up here. She goes for the reach. Coach catches it. Good job, Coach.
Very solid catch there. 3 more athletes left to go, the first of which being Misha Lee out here. 22 competitions she competed in throughout the season. Coming out of Chappaqua in New York, age 10. She's getting ready to go. She had her brother take on this course in the kids division. I think he was able to qualify. So let's see if Misha's able to do the same.
Now, with only 2 runners left to go after her, Misha just needs to make sure that she gets into the 2nd place position, but you know that she is going for the top spot because seeding here is also at stake. It's not just qualifying, it's getting a good spot in the run order for the competition. And you definitely want to have that. You're going to be going against the top of the top once you get there, but such good footwork. I'm liking this run. This is a very clean, confident run so far.
I am a fan of what's going on currently. 2 minutes and 20 seconds as Misha Lee is trying her best to take it on now.
And honestly,
a lot of control.
Not one of our taller athletes, but made that look so clean. That was probably the cleanest that I've seen so far.
Here she goes, not having a problem. 2 minutes left on the clock. This is a very, very good pace here. She's tied for the fastest time here.
Wow, and again, her fastest time is being compared to Elise, who is probably about 20 seconds or so ahead of Amelia at this pace. So Misha's doing a really good job at putting herself in a strong contention to lock in that qualifying spot. We'll be able to understand in the next couple of seconds here if she can do it.
Here she goes. She's very, very close to getting there. She just, I think at this point, in order to cement it fully, she needs to link these moves or get a clear fully.
All right. And it looks like she is going to lock into that second place position. Misha is in. Will she be in second, though, or in first? What does the Bartek look like? Taking a nice pause here.
Needs to have a lot of control. Just loses the grip, sadly.
She had that. She had that. Her placement was good. Her momentum carried her a little bit forward, so we're really going to need to see her stabilize more on that grab. Hopefully that's what her coach Henry is talking to her right now. He was telling her, shake out a little bit. She's like, I don't need to shake out.
Oh, but it's just the other side that wasn't able to properly cement it. Still absolutely brilliant. Premier Series Finals is in her grasp now, which is brilliant to see. We still have 2 more athletes who have the capability to do that too.
Right now, our next couple of athletes that'll be on the bubble will be that 3rd place and that 4th place. We'll pull that up in a second. But really stellar work from Misha. And you could see she wanted it. She really wanted it.
This is very, very good at the minute. 2 more athletes, our 2 fastest clears on the placement course from earlier. If their speed back then symbolizes anything, it means that we're going to be seeing this challenge course be done in a flash. First off is going to be Liliana D. Gutzman. She is 4'10" in both height and wingspan. This is her 3rd year competing in WNL. She has been training parkour and ninja since 2021. In 2026, she got 1st place in the Northeast regional standings. She's been a 3rd stage finalist in both 2024 and 2025 at Worlds. She's absolutely insane at everything she does. She one day wants to be a coach and run her own ninja gym. I'd be excited to see that happen in the future. Coming out of Sewell, New Jersey, she's making a very, very quick mincemeat of this course.
They're pretty much halfway through the course already before we were done giving her spiel here, guys. That was a lightning fast, so smooth. And looking really comfortable. Again, these last couple of athletes are really making this riding the bull just look so easy and fluid, where, you know, we could tell by some of the previous athletes, it's not that easy. It's not that simple.
Here we go again now. 11 seconds. We're just seeing the lead get extended runner by runner. I'm loving this right now. Liliana probably going to take 1 backswing and leave. Yes, easy stuff there. As we're now going to be moving on to just cliffs.
Oh, wow. And great transition from the nunchuck right over there on to the cliffs here. You can see her just confidently moving through. Oh, with the spin move.
I'm liking this development.
Dexterity, but Matt Bradley would be proud.
18.7 seconds ahead. I think if she gets past this obstacle, it's cemented 1st place possibly. This is going to be a very, very big ask. Here she goes. Gets the grab on the cube. One backswing, and Liliana first place provisionally. Premier Series Finals is where she's headed. But is the buzzer also on her way there?
All right, Liliana's going to need to lock it in. She does. She's got a good wingspan. She's on to the final move here. She just needs to transition those hands and take
over. Yes! There we go! Liliana has got it! 6 seconds, 2 minutes.
Wow.
What a way to go!
Fantastic. A full clear from Liliana. She was already halfway through the course before we had even finished our spiel about her. And just look at the fluidity that she moves through these final couple of obstacles. Confident enough to throw a spin move on those cliffs, and finally using her height to her advantage here on that reach up to the spinning bar. Great example of her grip strength. It is not easy to hang on to 2 free spinning bars, let alone in a static reached out position like that. Can AJ, our runner, best Liliana's time and also get through that difficult flying bar obstacle? She is our world champion, 2 years, world's strongest ninja. She has won multiple titles across all of the leagues. What is this girl going to show us on the course? She is already through the first 3. So quick on those transitions. Beautiful
The
work.
body composition is absolutely insane so far from AJ. We're seeing a large development in overall confidence and skill with every year that she competes in. 3 seconds ahead of the rest of the pack currently. We've seen Liliana show that it can be done here, but is AJ going to be able to get past her on the entirety of this leaderboard here? She's already been a Premier Series champion before, back in two years ago in 2024. That was in the kids division though. Mature kids, a long time has passed since then. She links that dismount, saving even more time. 10 seconds ahead basically on a green split. AJ gonna try her best to move on through, coming out of Stamford. Easy stuff so far on these cliffs. We're seeing the easy shoulder movements as well, being very flexible in the fingertips. Just like that, 12 seconds ahead on penultimate obstacle, Mary. Oh my lord.
Right on to be precise, and I bet, look at those links right on through. Now, there's a lot on the line for AJ right here. She did not get any podium spots other than the speed discipline circuit at the World Championships. So she is looking to cement herself in those finals to come back and show that she is one of the leaders of the pack here in the mature kids female division. She gets the reach up. Here is the final move. Is she going to link that move? She links it.
Here we go.
Right into the dismount.
And we see the grin. We saw that grin come along when she got the final move. 143. A record for the weekend by a mile. I am of the shocked variety.
Wow, 20 seconds faster than the previous athlete who went before her. That is a huge margin. Guys, you don't, in Ninja, 20 seconds is a lifetime. There are still 3 or 4 obstacles you can do in 20 seconds on this course. This is just the most dominant performance that we have seen so far this season. AJ Merchant punching her ticket to finals, punching her ticket on the path to reassert her dominance as the top athlete in the mature kids female division. What a fantastic performance out of these athletes. There's your top 4: AJ Merchant, Liliana D. Gutzman, Elise Wessel, and Misha Lee, rounding out your 4 athletes qualifying here at Next Level, going on to the Ascend Obstacle Training Championships in November. What a stellar round. We're transitioning back into our mature kids male. We are very excited with how well our kids female went, mature kids female, but we're right into it. We're moving right along. Derek Saraceno had an unfortunate fail earlier today in the placement course. He put his hand just somewhere it didn't need to be on the first couple of obstacles, but now he's coming back out to show us what he's got. And look at this. We've seen plenty of athletes not have good placement runs and come out on top. And Derek gets to be the first one to show us what this is going to look like. Oh my God, and a huge peel out on the orange slice. All right, he's taking a second to catch his breath. And he was going for it. But peel outs like that mean the athletes are going for it. Looks like the wood there is just a little bit more slick. He's going to take a little more caution going up here. Good job. Reaches around to both hands. And I think he's going to go for the skip here to the dismount, which he does. Now, Derek is not new to the Premier Series. He qualified in 2025. And it says he's always looking for beta here. Okay, and good job. He went ahead and is taking a pause on that center step. Excellent work. First try. Now, Derek has one retry left, but hopefully he's got this one figured out. It looks like he's going to start with the cross, going ahead and using the beta of putting the ring between his legs as he's making those transitions here. And popping on over. Nice work.
This
out
is
of Derek.
brilliant.
Now he's got 2 minutes left on the clock. Lightning fast to this pace. 2 minutes left on the clock. I think we saw some of our previous athletes getting here with maybe more like 1:30 left, but really great work so far. Again, had that one unfortunate peel out early on in the course, but he's still got a retry. But we don't want to see him use it. We want to see him get to the flying bar obstacle with that retry. That's where you want it. That's where you need it.
Derek has so far very much impressed us out here. He unfortunately went out on the first obstacle during the placement course, but here he goes now, making it known that he has come here to play. It looks like he's coming out of Ninja Mania. They train a lot of speed there on their head-to-head rig, so he's definitely showcasing his speed on these challenge courses out here. So he's doing a very good job. The turnaround tech is on show as well too, Mary. I'm liking this so far. Oh, but the one-handed attempt there, I reckon I could see the vision. It was so close to being a reality.
I wonder if he knew that there's that other small cliff that he could have gone to make that transition. Unless that's out of play for the males, we'll have to see him do this again. It was just he was going for an aggressive move, but I don't think he needed to go for that move. But we'll see how he handles it the second time around. That was his final retry. So he's going to have to get here and build it up again.
Trying to direct his arms, but his arms must be very, very tired at this point. He's going to try with all of his might here to turn around. Gets the grab, getting there. Yes, okay.
Oh,
Derek,
he's
making the
making a
turnaround
race.
point. We're getting there, and he's got it. He's got another point.
And he is rushing. He has 15 seconds left to try to get that final obstacle.
Worth a shot in it.
Oh, and he's just going to jump up and throw that flying bar move anyway. But great work. This was his second attempt here. The first one had a huge peel out, but he is right on through. And he had
what a
some
great
really
way
great
to start out the males.
execution.
Absolute perfection out there throughout the vast majority of those obstacles. I'm very, very happy with how that went. Derek really pulled on through there, particularly on these cliffs. He must have been very, very tired. And even after he finished them, he had the energy to just straight up sprint away onto the flying bar moves.
Yeah, they're not just doing speed training there. They're doing some conditioning at Ninja Mania, and it's showing in how their athletes are performing for sure.
Okay, here we go. This is a big one. Owen Alzheimer.
Not where we expected him to be in the run order. Let's just throw that out there.
But there is a chance that we can look
at
at that. He doesn't even need to use his hands on the wall. He's just that OP. Here goes Owen.
Climbed up the rope, so he didn't have to climb up the wall while it was swinging. That's just that's some big brain moves right there. Wow. And Owen is only 8 years
right
old.
here is absolutely insane at this. He don't need a wall. He don't need a wall.
Are you
man.
kidding
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Winning. That's what he's doing. He's winning.
Seemingly.
Right now. Oh my god.
This is
All right,
insane
Mr.
right here.
Alzheimer.
Owen
Big
already
reaches.
19 seconds ahead of Derek to this point. He's definitely going to be going for that clear. 29 seconds. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a minute ahead at some point.
Okay, I'm just sitting here in shock. This kid. Wow. Great moves. Using his static reaches when he can. I bet we'll see some fancy work on the cliff here. Just, yeah, that's what I'm looking to see. Those quick moves, doing the little turnarounds. Oh, going right for the dismount from further away than we've seen any other athlete
in the
do.
world is
2
that
minutes left.
lead?
He has 2 minutes left on the clock. And he's like already on the last obstacle. Links the dismount.
Look at him. Look at him go.
Now, a dexterity athlete, I don't have any worries about a dexterity athlete throwing flying bar, no matter what age division they're in. Here it is. Here's the dismount, and it's a clear in 1 minute and 33 seconds.
I can't do more than clap, honestly, at this point. I'm speechless at the sight that we are seeing at this leaderboard. That could be our winner, and we're 2 runs in.
Oh my gosh. I doesn't even need to just the skips that this kid is throwing is out of this world. This is mature kids. Do they know that they are 8-year-olds? Do they know this? Look at this stuff. This is
They are defying every law possible that we're supposed to be having here in Ninja, and it's absolutely incredible. He needed a link. He didn't even need a full-on backswing there.
That was casual. It was a casual course run for him. That was just like, it's Tuesday practice. Let me just throw out this stellar course run. Take first place at Premier Series. Dang. All right, Owen. Good call, Billy. Can any of our athletes best that time? What do we have?
I mean, hey, they've seen literally like the best example they could possibly have. So I bet you that Arthur Glover here and everyone else following is going to be wanting to match that performance.
Wow, and a nice reach out of Arthur here. Now, Arthur is an athlete who likes to do stage 3 style courses.
We could have some big moments here. He's jumping up, getting ready to go, moving along down off of that sideways hold, coming into this orange slice now.
Now, we saw that Arthur had a bit more of a methodical pace as he was going through the placement, and similar movements here. He's not going to be moving through the fastest, but he's moving through nicely and clearing these obstacles. Let's see what the footwork is like. When upper body athletes encounter the lower body stuff, sometimes it is a little squirrely, but oh, wow, that was clean. That was very clean. Good job, Arthur.
I am seeing some very, very good things out of Arthur so far here. He's got 2 minutes left on his clock, but he's trying his best to move. Okay. I'm surprised we haven't seen this strategy be used already. Honestly, look at this. 1:50 on the clock. We're seeing Arthur just move on, trying to use all 4'5" of his wingspan to his advantage, and he's done so with a very, very good strategy.
Yep, and he's shaken out. Again, he's not moving through this course the fastest, but he's on pace for a clear. He's got 1:30 left for about the last 4 obstacles. Looks like he's shaking and giving himself a little bit of a breath. Very classic stage 3 style approach here.
Very solid at the minute. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. He's got a lot of grip obstacles to get through, including this one. He's got a palm flip to grab onto next, which he has done expertly. Still moving on. Very solid pace here, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to get a clear at this point. He's going to have to really motor on through if he wants it, but he's shaking out. It looks like his only objective right now is to just take it one obstacle at a time and get through these cliffs at the moment.
All right, and he's reaching up here. I don't know how he's going to do that reach. Good job. Nicely done. And he looks really comfortable on this obstacle. The shakeouts are definitely giving him back the energy that he needs. He's reaching across. Nice little pirouette move right there. Such a strong upper body athlete. And Arthur going for that dismount. He knows he's got to pick up the pace a little bit here. Maybe he has something special for us planned on this back half here.
Here he goes. He's trying his best. He immediately pops on through here. He's got 20 seconds. He wants to get past this obstacle. Is he going to be able to get it?
Oh,
no!
Wow.
It looks like he... Oh, okay. So that really doesn't look too good there. So it looks like the block...
Oh,
yeah, it's another headbang.
The block. Yep.
This course at next level is really not treating our athletes the best in terms of injuries, especially on that final lane there. That block is... So it seems like what happened there is that his hands were so gassed that they weren't able to move. That happens a lot when you're not able to properly move. And so that'll carry along the block with you, and it just shot off its track.
Yeah, and we did see him shaking out quite a bit on the obstacles before then, so maybe he was getting a little bit more pumped than we were able to see. But again, for Arthur, you know, a steady pace through all of those obstacles, able to complete them, had the skill. Just going to need to work on his speed if he wants to continue to be competitive with this field. But still, some very good execution. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully that block didn't hit him on the edge side, and he's going to be all right.
I guarantee you he would have made it past that obstacle as well if it wasn't for that block ejecting out of its pipe.
Yeah.
But still was incredible run to see. Wasn't the fastest, but it was still a very, very strong attempt. I could see the grit and determination that he really had throughout that run. And now we're going to be seeing Dawson Lane take things on. He's going to be our next competitor out here. So Dawson out here is from Fairfield, Connecticut. He trains at the Grit Ninja, which is what we've seen a lot of people come from out here within this own field. He's very much known for his strong work ethic and positive attitude. He is a dedicated athlete who always gives 100%. He never backs down from a challenge and continues to push himself. He loves the sport of Ninja, his team, and his amazing coaches. Let's see if he can put up an amazing run.
Yeah, and he's coming to us out of Grit Ninja. A lot of great coaches out of Grit Ninja. They have a lot of different locations, but you know, you've got Josiah Papel over there. You have Henry. There's a couple other athletes who shouted out their coaches here as well. So definitely expecting some big things from him. They know how to move at Grit Ninja. It's been really fun to watch and see sort of the evolution of that team across the various locations. But they're up and comers for sure.
Indeed. So, I mean, yeah, you say we could see people like Josiah Papel, Caden Lebsack, Jay Lachey, Enzo Di Ferrari Wilson, and many others take on these courses. And we see them now. They were once at this level. They were once competing in the mature kid division when WNL was first starting out. And that's how they get as good as they are today. This is where a lot of these kids are going to be on the same path as those guys. And I'm excited to see the future and what it fully holds for these guys to be taking on things. And if they get to when they get to the elite division, they'll be competing against them in a couple of years. These guys, in like 3 years' time, they'll be able to go against people like Jackson Erdos and Josiah Papel and many others.
Dare I say they will have ascended to the next level. Oh, that was so good. They've ascended to the next level.
Good job. Good job.
Thank you. Guys, somebody's going to need to check in on Billy after we get through this season to see if he's okay, because I have a lot of really bad puns, and I do not plan on them stopping. I really don't. Could we pull up all the gyms?
Lovely. Right. Riley Evangelista. We're going to be coming along in now with even more competitors. We have currently got 12 left in the mature kids male division, at least. We've seen a lot of our athletes get to the latter side of this challenge course. I'm liking the consistency that we're seeing. It's just the final few obstacles that are really starting to test our guys.
Yep. Owen made it through in a dominant pace. He's in first place, and I haven't seen anybody. I mean, we've only had one other athlete go after him, but I think it's going to be very, very challenging for any of these athletes to keep up with that pace, let alone best it. I think the further we get in the run order, you've got Joey Stone at the end there, who had a faster pace than Owen did. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how that works.
We've also just gotten word that Arthur, who just ran, is good after that block went out of that pipe. It's good to know that our athletes are feeling okay. Love to see that. Hopefully those blocks can be a bit more like cemented in. We should get actual cement and like just have them on the pole there. If we need them for skyhooks, I don't care. Just keep them there.
Here's what I think is going to happen. I think that at some point you are going to see those blocks move, but that'll be for later divisions. Right now we've got Riley, and Riley is coming to us from the New Jersey area, from Ringo's, New Jersey. And we can tell that he trains on the next level team by the swaggy shirt. Great dismount. That was a squirrely dismount right there. That was close, but it was very precise.
I'm going to get a large backswing from being on the tip of that orange. Here he moves there. Not a problem. Fully extending out for that cat grab. Riley now here. Only 6.5 seconds behind. This is an okay pace to be at. Ooh, careful! Oh, but it's just the balance that just thrusts himself forward. Let's see if he can be a bit more careful moving into it.
Good stabilization right there. I like how the shoes match the shirt. Excellent
yeah, and the
fashion choices.
I'm loving it. The color scheme is one of my favorites of Next Level. I think orange is one of my favorite colors, especially with black as well. Red and black will probably never be topped. But when it comes to orange and black, the Halloween-themed classes that they must have here, they'd go high.
Well, Ultimate Obstacles has red and black, so I think we're your favorite gym. In the US, that is.
Fair enough. I mean, there's one that has orange and black down south in the UK, so I'm gonna have to play my bias card and be the annoying Brit who does that. So here we go, Riley. 1 minute and 50 seconds as he comes along here. He's making very good time currently. 1 minute 45. That's definitely enough time for events to happen. But it's so weird to think at this point Owen would have cleared.
That is wild, actually. Yeah, would have been on the last obstacle at this very moment.
But regardless, Riley here is going to just try and get a clear under his belt. So he can try and get one of them spots for the Premier Series finals. Here he goes. He's got 1 minute 20. He's going to do a turnaround. I like the idea. This is very meticulous, but he's working his way through.
And you can see Coach Mozzie in the background just kind of like eyeing up those movements. He was very proud of that spin around. Minute left. Only one retry used. It's enough time. Can we get through? I hope you're precise. I hope you're precise, Riley. Come on.
Here we go.
Good.
55 seconds. Here he goes. Needs to be careful.
A little nervous.
Is he going to be able to get both weight sides? Oh, sadly, just was a bit too forward there on his hands. You could see a couple fingers were just going over the top.
I kind of could see it on his face. I think he's really thinking about that other block coming off of the skyhook. I think that the last run with Arthur may have gotten in his head just a little bit. Hopefully he can overcome that and just focus on getting enough momentum to get across to the next one. This looks better.
Oh, no! He had the peel! The peel was so close. He was right there. You could see he wanted it, but he was so close.
Oh, Riley. Dang. Well, a strong run out of Riley today. Made some great moves getting through the course here. And again, we'll see him up on these, this move right here. This was his, I think this was his second attempt. He's focused. He goes for it and just didn't have enough of those shoulders to keep him on. Still very strong. It was so close for Riley. Yeah, at this point, it's a little difficult for us to tell what the top four are going to be. I think we have a pretty strong sense that Owen is locked in, but there's still a lot of movement that can happen. We still have another 10 athletes to go. Up next is Dawson Lane, coming to us from Fairfield, Connecticut, another Grit Ninja athlete. What can we expect out of Dawson today?
Here we go. Hopefully, greatness.
Wow. Okay, bro, that dismount. Oh,
that looked a bit tough. That's tough with 3 Fs there. Yep. Let's have a look here. 3 minutes on the clock as he ascends his way over to skill issue. Straight onto the trampoline. Using it as a wingnut start. I like that idea because... Is that fine? No!
Oh, man! I thought he was past the plane, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I thought he was past it at least, but here he goes. I'm trying to get the trampoline back in the correct spot for him to be jumping onto it. Getting chalked up. It's not ideal to be iced here when you've still got the adrenaline running early, and if it runs out halfway through the course, then that could be a bad spell for things. But here goes Dawson regardless, starting through again.
All right, moving on to the orange peel. Now he's really trying to push his sort of margin of error. He's really trying to make things and make them as close as possible so he wastes the least amount of time. Worked on a couple of obstacles.
Nice, he's got it. So now he's on the...
Here's where you don't want it to be too close.
Oh, that was a bit too much momentum there, but he's got it.
Still making it close, but he's making it. So there we go. Aggressive run out of Dawson. Almost kicks the coffin there as he's reaching on cliffs and palm flips. Big pop up to the palm flip. Well done. And pushing for that dismount. Again, his dismounts are so close this entire run. But so far, it paid off. Only one of them where he's had to use a retry. Hopefully he can
Dawson Lane here. He's got 1 minute and 40 seconds as he pulls along through on these cliffhangers. This is a very good pace to be at the moment. He's going to try his best to pull on. Yes, he goes. He's currently our fastest non-finisher at the moment by a good margin. 22 seconds ahead of Riley to this point. But it's just going to be a matter of if he can get through these cubes. He gets the first link. One big backswing, and he should have this one as well. Yes!
All right. Now, Owen made this flying bar obstacle just look so easy, but Owen does train at dexterity where flying bar is essentially your warm-up. So I'm curious to see how Dawson does. Again, flying bar, a little bit of a tougher obstacle for this age group. Oh, and he just did not have the stabilization on that backhand. He has one retry and 1 minute left on the clock. We'll see what coach can give him for advice here.
Here he goes. He's going to shake out. He's got 1 minute to just look over his run. I think at this point, if he gets the clear, he's not going to be able to beat Owen. So he just should prioritize hitting a buzzer at his own speed. 50 seconds as he pulls up to that bar, but he misses it again. Sadly, he just ejects it.
And I really think that this obstacle is going to be pretty challenging for our shorter athletes because you really have to maintain so much downward pressure on that flying bar if you want to make the static reach up to the second one. So it's going to be a really, really challenging move. But Dawson, stellar movement through again. Look at these dismounts. Just so close on the edges on all of these. Really strong performance. Definitely an up-and-comer.
Absolutely. So that confidence, it was just the reach at the top there. I think he had enough, but it just popped out.
Yeah.
If that was a more concaved cradle, then I think he would have had it, but it just sadly wasn't, and that's what ejected it. But now, Xander Lipton coming out of Westport, Connecticut. 17 competitions is the amount that he's competed in this past season, in season 11. So let's see how he can fare coming out of Westport, Connecticut.
Looking a little squirrely here, but he gets through.
Nice.
Now Xander
Liking this
also
so
had
far.
a bit of a squirrely run on his placement course, but he was able to clear. So now we're into the placement course clears here.
Here we go, Xander. Nice on the sideways there. I like that approach, to be fair, because it doesn't necessarily mean that you have like the weight being even and there's a lot of dip on the second, like on the further. It's really hard to explain. Oh, but Xander slips there, sadly. Just used up about 44 seconds of his time. So let's see how far he can get on his retry now. And he's off.
All right, taking a step back, really has to push and take that momentum with him. Cannot hesitate. He does not. He gets the clear.
Doing a very solid job at the moment, Xander Lipton.
Oh,
He's
okay.
on the opposite side of everything, though. I'm excited to see how this will play out because he's got to the end of it, and he's fine. I liked that. That was cool.
Well, that was a strategy, and it worked. It worked for Xander. I wonder what else he's got prepared for us on the course. Going front side of the cliffs, that's a little bit different than we've seen the other athletes go as well. Most of them going to the backside. Xander is making this course run his own and the tech his own as well.
1 minute and 35 seconds left. He's on these nunchucks. He's going to try his best to push on through here. He needs to get enough momentum to get onto the cliffs to start with, which he has got now. It seems like he was trying to skip the first one on the side. Okay, he went back to it. That's nice. Yeah, here he goes. We've got 10 athletes left, including Xander. So it seems like it's going to be a few more athletes until we're able to know who's in and who's out of the Premier Series Finals contention. But Xander, regardless, has made his way through to the cube jump. Let's see how he can fare.
Yep, got a minute on the clock, so plenty of time for these last two obstacles. I think one of the things that might not be in Xander's favor is he is definitely one of the lighter athletes competing today. So it may be difficult for him to get sort of that downward pressure on the bar. You can see him
The
struggling.
finger!
Oh,
No!
man.
That would have been cold as heck if he was able to hold it with one finger, but regardless, that's his second retry gone.
Come on, Xander. Lock in, buddy. Come on. He looks like he's hurting right now. That's been a lot of time out there on the course, a lot of time on the hands. Can he push through and get on through these tough boxes here? It looks like he's
trying to get off it as fast as possible.
Come on, Xander.
He's got it this time. Here he goes. And he's got it. He's in third currently. 20 seconds now. He's going to try and go for this clear.
And uneven bar placement.
Yeah, he was...
You could see him
just
kind of shifting
sadly...
and looking at one of the cradles. And when you start to see that, you can kind of tell it's not going to be an even throw. But great work from Xander all the way up until that point. Again, that flying bar obstacle, pretty advanced for this age group. So to see them even get up to that point and be able to throw some of those moves, that's stellar. And I loved the different way that he did the ride the bull obstacle. Shows their
That was a really inventive way of going at it, though. The other side as well. I'm a fan of it. I liked that. And you could see there was a one finger save possibly on the final cube on his first attempt, but he just dropped off. If he saved that and had enough time to have a retry on this obstacle instead, who knows what could have happened.
Yeah, it really just goes to show you don't want to use those retries early on in the challenge course. And I don't think that these athletes really need to. The obstacles that they're facing are not, overly difficult or overly tough. It's just sort of like those little mental errors that are causing them to use these retries early on. The rope got a little bit in Timothy's way right there, but thankfully that did not cause him to use a retry. He was able to make the dismount. Timothy coming to us from Annandale, New Jersey. And he is moving through at a very fast pace. He is only 0.1 behind Owen's pace at this point. Falling a little bit behind.
He's trying to move as fast as possible here. He knows what he's up against, so if he's really after one of the Premier Series slots, then he needs to go at the same pace as Owen, and that's exactly what... He's lost a ring, though,
Oh, no.
but we've seen people salvage it from this point. Oh, my!
He
No!
almost had it!
That's got to be possible. I want someone to, skyhook it, in a sense, so it's just bang, 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 bang to the side. That'd be really funny.
I mean, he almost had that. Hopefully he can get through this again. Thankfully he has the retry. Deciding to switch hands, not a bad idea. Just got to get through to the end here. And it looks like he's going to be a little extra safe and use that fifth hook here on riding the bull. Just to make sure he gets out. Now, Timothy at this point has fallen significantly behind Owen's pace. But Dawson is the second place finisher right now. And second place athlete. Oh, man.
He's a bit caught up here, though. He's just missed a couple of grabs, and both the coffin and the T-ledge are swinging. So he needs to try and get his timing sorted. Hold it this time with the fingers. He's got it and needs to link that palm. Yes.
Yeah, that was a little awkward. He was trying to use as minimal swing as possible, but he actually needed a little bit more. But made it through, and it worked. I'm not knocking it.
Very good at the moment, Timothy.
Into second place. He's going to need to finish, I hope you're precise, in about the next 30 seconds or so here. Probably the next 20. He's going to need to run over there and be really quick.
And very quick he is. It looks like he's trying his best to get over here. This is a very, very tight time limit, though.
He has to get this first try. He did not jump out to the second one like we've seen a couple of the athletes do. Oh, and he twists it down. 223. That's going to end it for second place, but could we get him into third? He does skip to the second one. Trying to be efficient. He's got the hands locked on the third. A little bit of a shift.
Can he get the third?
Whoa.
He's got it! He's grimacing a tiny bit, though, so third is his currently. Let's see if Timothy, he's going straight away into the flying bar, and he's got the first cradle. Can he go up and grab it? No!
Oh, no. Timothy looked comfortable on that first move, though. We got the view from behind. That pop through was just really, really nice. And then here was where he had to use his first retry. This is his second attempt getting through here. Would have loved to see him have a retry on the flying bar, but that did not pan out for him today.
Very happy with how that turned out, though. The perseverance on them cubes, especially when you've been tired for the vast majority of the run, really, really comes along through a long way there. Now we've got PJ with a very interesting backstory.
Most interesting man in Ninja. The iguana-raising, mathematical debating, eyes-dazzling ninja that we have.
That is a title and a half. The A&W cast team must love that.
Absolutely.
Here he goes. PJ.
Put him on the show in 3 years.
Yeah, genuinely. If he literally just copy-pastes that bio, the casting team will be like, yeah, we'll have him.
Yep, we'll take this kid.
Here he goes. 2 minutes, 55 seconds now. PJ getting the link down, coming out of Ninja Mania in Connecticut.
Now, we've been talking
making very
about
good time at the moment.
Yeah, we've been talking about how interesting PJ is, but we should talk about his athleticism because he is well on pace here, only about 2 to 3 seconds behind the leader at this point. Ooh, nice reach. That looked really uncomfortable, but I am glad he made it through, except this is not the position you want to be in. He gets to the dismount!
I like that.
PJ. All right, and he's taking a little bit of chalk before coming right on up here. Wow, I wonder if the other athletes are going to consider just only going to the third one and then skipping to the dismount from now on. That's some good beta.
Possibly. I mean, we can show that it'd be done, but it is scary. I think everything in that obstacle is scary by extension, but regardless, PJ using one nunchuck is going to break it along through these cliffs right here. He's doing a very solid job at it.
He's fallen a little bit behind the leaderboard. He's about 15 seconds off of the fastest pace, but again, Owen was just so quick through here. I think PJ could definitely give himself a second place position. Just needs to beat Dawson's time of 1:56, which he does. He is now in second place, but if he wants to stay there, we've still got about 7 to 8 runners left to go. He needs to get through.
Just glitches in the air there, it looks like. He just shifted his momentum to the left.
Yeah, keeping the hand position it's tough. Keeping the bar positioned well in the air is hard, especially if it's not a move you've practiced a lot. He does a much better job that time around. This reach is going to be tough for him. One of our shorter athletes.
No! He had it! It was right there, bro. Are you for real?
Wow, and I don't know what that bar got caught on up there, but I'm glad it did, because that was going straight for his face.
I think it was Charlie Ball's hand.
The most interesting... Thank you, Charlie. The most interesting man in Ninja in second place for the Premier Series. Will we see him at the Ascend Finals? We'll have to wait and see.
I hope
We've
so.
got 7 more runners to go.
Yeah, let's have a look at that again. His fingertips got onto that bar, but he just couldn't hold it due to the fact that the flying bar was ultimately just out of its cradle. But now, 7 more athletes to go. The first of which being Everest Kindersmith.
Big E.
Everest here. Here we go. Big E is back this season after taking last season off to focus on football, not soccer. I'm a Brit. Come on, England. He has a strong return. He hit the podium 15 times. He was 3rd in the Midwest standings. He placed 2nd at head-to-head Midwest regionals as well, and is a member of the Season 11 WNL All-Grip team.
Wait, did England even make it to the World Cup?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, I don't know.
Wait, no, not the final. The final was Argentina versus Spain.
That I know, for reasons that I will tell the stream later. We got to focus on Big E right now because he is already at riding the bull. He is doing really well. Now, kind of copying a lot of the other athletes with sort of really awkwardly leaning against that other ring to get the reach around, but he's doing well here.
He's got a lot of pressure on his hand there, which is good. He kind of swings off of it. That was brave, considering the fact it could have just popped out. But Everest now moving along through He has visited many gyms this season, but his favorite was at Monroe Ninja Academy's open gym with Joe Morovsky. Well, hey, I love that. I was talking to Joe last week at Motus, and me and him had a massive argument about why TikToks are bad and good. I was on the bad side, he was on the good side.
Really?
I can't see why he would like it. I hate them so much. They are so awkward. I don't understand them, and I never will.
Well, I think the reason TikToks are awkward is because it is one of the few obstacles in Ninja where you have less control of your momentum, right? Because as soon as that thing throws you off, you're not the one determining your speed or trajectory anymore. It's the TikTok.
Indeed so. But in terms of momentum, Everest is really rushing through here. This is a very fast pace. Look at him go. Immediately going out to the second cube and goes to the third. Be careful of it.
Oh, yeah.
Popping out.
Right on the edge there. I don't think he's going to get second right now. I think he's going to walk into third. Fourth place.
Fourth, barely.
He's got to clear. He's got to clear if he wants a shot at being in the top 4 for sure.
Here he goes. Gets the grab onto that flying bar. Is he going to be able to go upward?
No
Just needs to
retry
pull
so
up. He wants
far.
to be cautious to not pop the bar out, which he does.
And that's a tough fall. Oh, and it looks like he took something to the side. He might have fallen on top of the bar. Hopefully he's okay.
Hopefully the wind hasn't been knocked too much out of him.
Oh, he is.
He's still.
My guy is hurting.
He's fighting though. This is brave from Everest. He's got that adrenaline pumping in him now. 40 seconds. Let's see how he can fare. Moving up onto this flying bar. Can he just jump for it? No! Careful!
Oh, man. Oh, and a tough day for the Big E at the end of this course run. But, you know, while Billy and I were yapping here about soccer and TikTok,
football!
He was flying through the course over here. Really had a good, strong performance. Great movement. Just took a couple tough hits on that final obstacle. So we'll have to see where he lands in terms of placement. I don't know if it was quite fast enough to really lock him in for the top 4. But hopefully we can see him compete a few other times later this season as well. Maybe at Vitality or Albany Ninja Lab would be great.
Absolutely. You could see he was straining hard on that final attempt there, and he didn't want another bar injury, so he ran out of the way. Speaking of Vitality, though, we've got Spencer Letendre coming in here. He's been training at Vitality since he was 6. We'll probably see him down at the qualifier there at the end of the month. He also has a mini rig down his hallway at home because he's homeschooled and he practices ninja in between his classes. When he's not swinging or climbing, he loves designing and building web shooters and playing Minecraft. And although ninja is his favorite sport, he likes to practice knife throwing and backflips. Gee whiz, that's a tough one to get behind.
Yep, knife throwing is a little wild. He does, I don't know if his favorite Pokemon is War Turtle, but it's on the back of his shirt. Now, War Turtle, I think is like, I can't even do this. I just Googled it, guys. I think War Turtle's special powers are, he's almost like a water gun. So maybe Spencer is trying to be like the real life version with the knife throwing skills. Maybe that's where the inspiration comes from.
Possibly. You could see he's leaving rings in the cradles there, which
Very
is
precise.
Risky. He's trying to keep the frame as still as possible, which he's got done and dusted there.
Reach.
Spencer Letendre really pushing through here immediately onto Coffin.
Yeah, and that was a little risky the way that he dismounted there, but he really used his leg power to push him off onto the dismount. Really strong performance. Now he's a bit behind the leaderboard at this point. We're seeing a lot of athletes, you know, roughly 10 to 15 seconds behind at this point. So again, really, it's really a battle for second place right now. And he is going to need to clear this within the next 15 seconds if he's going to want a shot at that second place. And he has a retry.
But he just misses that grab. It's really tough to try and get this, especially after running quite a long challenge course here. This defo is the crux point of the day, it looks like. He's got it this time, though. He just needs to get the last one, which he's got. 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining now. He's in third currently. If he clears, and it's pretty fast, then there's potential.
And I like,
He's got the grab!
He's got the grab. We've got another transfer.
Can he get it?
He's got the transfer.
Spencer Latendre!
Oh!
No! Are you kidding me? Oh, Spence!
my God.
Oh,
He
mate.
fell all the way back there. Does he have enough left in the tank to get the clear? Come on, Spencer. You know, the war turtle does live 10,000 years, so maybe that's what our endurance is like here for Spencer. This is the tough move right here. This is the move. He's still got it. He's up there. Time for the transfer. He's
got
just
it
got to
again.
make
Be
sure
careful.
he locks in the dismount. Can he get it this time? He does!
Yes! Come on, Spencer Latendre. 2 minutes and 27 seconds to the buzzer. Battered and bruised. He was able to make it.
Oh my gosh. He gets it through, but you know what's wild is that we can't even say he's locked in for top 4 yet. There are still 5 other athletes that have to go. Now, I will say Spencer, one of the taller athletes out of the group that is left to go. And I think that the height definitely helps on that flying bar transition from the bottom bar to the top bar. As you can see him fully extended there, able to maintain that pressure on the lower bar. But we're going to have to see. We're going to have to wait and see. Great buzzer moment right there for Spencer. Strong performance. Already on to Phoenix Ivins, coming to us from Westville, New Jersey. Now, one thing that he does not like is foot dexterity. So I'm curious to see how he handles the agility obstacle in a few moves here.
Here he goes now, moving along into that propeller bar cat grab. Not a problem. This is his 3rd time competing with WNL. He loves to do ninja while traveling.
Wow.
He's done 15 different states training-wise. He's gotten past the foot dexterity obstacle. He's finished in the top 20 on stage 3 at the season 9 World Championships in 2024. He's reached the stages at season 10's World Championships as well. He qualified for Worlds at the New England All-Stars in 2026. I like the representation of All-Stars there. And he was the He's competed 27 times throughout the season, and he's gotten 1st place 9 times at those qualifiers.
And reading his accolades, and he's already on the 3rd to last obstacle. This is wild.
Insane how fast these guys are moving.
Now he has a smaller margin of time in between him and the leader. He got here with about 13 seconds of difference. So if he can move through this quickly, I mean, I have not seen anybody get through this as quickly as Owen did, but he's going for that early dismount here. So far, so good.
This right now. He's got a minute and a half as he traverses onto the cubes of death, basically. Here he goes. Phoenix gonna push on through here, popping along, trying to get a solid grab on these cubes, which he has got. A minute and 15 seconds as he's making the dismount here, and he's still in 5th place as he makes his way over to these final obstacles here.
It is going to have to be a clear if Phoenix has any hope of getting into the top 4. He's got the first flying bar move very close on the edge there. Now, this is the challenging part. He is a shorter athlete, so he's got to really maintain that downward pressure on the bar. As he reaches up, he gets it. I am surprised.
Yes.
He gets the flying
Yes.
bar move.
Careful.
Then he edged
Here we
out
go.
Spencer. And he
Yes.
does. Oh, wow. By
3
1 second.
buzzers.
He is in 3rd place. He was only 1 second off of Spencer's time, so Spencer will remain in 2nd place. But really, really quick movement out of Phoenix here. And guys, what's wild is that our leader's time, Owen's time, is still a whole minute faster than this. You watch how fast Phoenix was moving, and you're like, where could you make up that time? It just goes to show how incredible Owen's run was at the front. But great work for Phoenix here, getting that full clear.
Right then, so at this point and onward, we're going to be locking in people for the Premier Series finals. Now, we've had 3 people clear the course. If Drew Elson here also clears, then you have to get a buzzer in order to cement at least a qualifying spot. If Drew isn't as fast as Owen, then Owen is going to be winning. Or not so much winning, but qualifying regardless. In any case, Drew Elson pulling along through here, but he's on a faster pace than Owen at the moment. He's 0.6 seconds ahead, so it's possible that he could be first.
That is fantastic, and didn't skip the wall like Owen did, but still doing really well. Oh, I think he stepped down.
Oh, dang, dude.
Man. But, I mean, what's great is that this obstacle doesn't really take you all that much time. He is going to slow himself down just to make sure he...
No way! Oh, you really?
Oh, Drew. Oh man, that is so unfortunate. What could have been? He was moving so quickly. Just did not have the foot dexterity needed there.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. It seemed like on his feet there, he stepped on the upper half of the disc, which ultimately caused it to spin downward, and that's what threw him off. With that being said, though, Owen Alzheimer is in the Premier Series finals. We're going to be having Asa Curley run next, and we're going to be seeing if it's either going to be him going through or our second place finisher so far, Spencer Latendre.
I do not know what to expect after what I just saw in the last run.
Yeah, basically
These guys
anything goes at this point.
These guys train together. I'm looking at the back of their shirts. Looks like Team NFZ right there. So clearly they're doing something right. Those kids were moving really quickly. A slightly less aggressive pace out of Asa right now. But he did place
Asa's still going good.
third in the placement course.
Here he goes. He's getting the dismount, not a problem. He loves the sport of ninja and the strength that he's built and the skills that he's learnt too. You can often find him on a playground teaching a friend how to lachet. He loves to bake, and he's like, this run is the equivalent of a red velvet at the minute, bro. He loves to bake. He's often bringing his favorite chocolate chip cookies to team practices. Oh, I want a cookie now, mate. What are you doing? His season has been able to achieve many goals, and he had for himself like getting first place at a competition, and hopefully he's going to get first place here, possibly. He's going to definitely try his best to do so.
Ooh, that was a very scary dismount. Was definitely on the edge, but he's continuing to move here now. Ace is falling behind the leaders just a bit here. We're definitely going to need a clear at this point, I think, if he's going to even be close to locking in a spot here.
Okay, here goes Asa. I'm going to chalk up and get ready for just these cliffs here. It's interesting to see how his pattern is going to be moving along back and forth with the board, different sides. You can see him going underarm there, swinging to change his direction.
And a pretty methodical approach. You do see him sprinting to get here through the precise obstacle. And, you know, I think the athletes have understood you've got to get through this to be in a good position, but at this point you got to clear. Oh, and he
just slips out on the final cube. That's not the place you want to be using a retry here. Asa Curley, though.
He's only got about 40 seconds left if he wants to be, you know, in the second or third position here. He's going to have to lock in second place if he wants to lock in for finals. And at this point, I don't know if he has enough time left to do that. Unless we see something wild on flying bar. He gets the grab.
Okay,
he's going to need to go right into this.
This is pretty good. 50 seconds now as he gets ready for the flying bar. He's still got a retry available, but he's going to want a faster clear. Here he goes. Oh, but no, he's going to have to give it a second try. That's losing him valuable time.
He would need to clear within the next 10 seconds. Actually, probably less than the next 10 seconds if you wanted to get into either the second or third position. So it's going to be really close for Asa.
Right. Here we go. Another. Oh, no. Asa Curley down and out. Really, really unfortunate there. That's going to put Spencer Latendre on the board for a Premier Series final slot. 2 more spots are in contention, though. Shane Young is next with Joey Stone following him. And then we currently have Phoenix Ivans and then PJ Ticey in 3rd and 4th. So it depends on who's going to be going out of those 4.
You know, I don't expect that PJ is going to hang on to that 4th spot, especially with the 2 athletes we have coming up. But it would be really great if the most interesting man in Ninja punched his ticket to Premier Series finals today.
That would be very cool.
We would need to see some huge upsets, though, I think, from Shane and Joey, which, you know, we don't wish that on them. We want everybody to have their best run. So, you know, I think it'll be close. I think he'll be top 6 for sure. But let's see what Shane has for us today.
Shane was the 2nd fastest clear on our placement course. He knows how to move fast, but he's got to do it for a prolonged period of time. The placement course is only a minute long. This has a 3-minute 30 time limit, but Owen was able to make it through this course in nearly half that time. So Shane is definitely going to be wanting to do the same here as he gets... Okay, his feet didn't touch the wall immediately, and that cost him a couple seconds there, but he's still going to try and move ahead.
Yeah, and I do like how he is really understanding exactly what he needs to do on each obstacle. You can tell he immediately went to the pause on this middle step on the agility obstacle and using his reach here to his advantage. I would have liked to see him actually reach under. I think that would have been a bit more efficient, but this is working for him, so no worries there. Losing a little bit of time on each obstacle by about kind of falling behind at a pace of about 2 seconds each obstacle.
He's going to try his best to move along through. Here he gets one hand on the palm flip and immediately links down. Time is ticking. He is behind Owen, but if he's able to just get a buzzer at all at this rate, he might be in play for finals still.
I think that he could potentially do this and beat Spencer or Phoenix's times if he stays clean, and if he does, it looks like he's going for the dismount from here. Is he going to have that? You're making me nervous here. Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay,
He's got
Shane.
a minute and a half now. This is very, very tense here, Mary. We're going to see him not link the first cube. He gets there, though.
I don't think he needs to link. I think he just needs to stay clean just as I said it. There's still time. There is still time. To beat a time of 2:27, he would need to clear the course with about 33 seconds left on the clock. No, 48 seconds left on the clock. Okay, this is going to be close. Never mind. This is going to be really close.
This is going to be a very difficult one to stomach, and he hasn't got it. Shane Young is down.
Shane.
Oh, dude. Unfortunate. Shane was moving very fast throughout, but just a couple small issues there kept him on obstacles for longer than he anticipated. And that ultimately has screwed him over and isn't going to be able to pull on through to finals here. That's unfortunate. Meaning, though, that means Phoenix Ivans has gotten a spot into the Premier Series finals now. Meaning Joey Stone, at the minimum, has to be the fastest non-finisher.
I'm still in shock at what just happened to Shane.
Me too.
You know when somebody falls and you just don't know what to say? You weren't expecting it. Oh, that was a huge upset.
I'm in full agreement. But now we turn our attention to the final mature kid of the weekend, Joey Stone, age 9, coming out of Tuckahoe, New York. 3 minutes and 6 seconds as he grabs the piston, trying to pull back on that rope there. Didn't fully plan out in momentum-wise, but he's still going to come on through here and use the sideways, get into the middle of that orange slice to keep the momentum as much as he can. He's not as fast as Owen, but he wants to be.
Yeah, he's doing a really strong run so far. Oh my gosh. And I have not seen anybody.
He adapted. He was going to have a little bit of a very terrible voice crack for the final competitor. But Joey Stone doing a great job at the moment, holding the ring between his legs. I like it. He's not going to be going home with his tail between his legs, hopefully. 2 minutes 25.
Wild right there. Now he is losing some time. You know he's going for that top spot. I wonder if there's anywhere he can clean it up. Now Owen was lightning fast on the cliffhangers here. We'll see what the separation is. About 6 seconds behind right now. But Joey with some really quick moves.
Oh my
similar
goodness,
to what
he's so fast,
Owen
mate.
had.
What is he doing? He's absolutely insane. Known as the Basement Ninja, he is one of the top young athletes in the entire sport. He's already a multi-time world champion. He won Premier Series 2 years ago in the kids division, and he was the head-to-head world champion in 2025. And just like that, he's got Premier Series finals for 2026 under his belt because of the fact he's our fastest non-finisher, but he wants a buzzer. He can at least get second, possibly. Wants to get out of here as soon as possible. Joey Stone!
He gets Owen. He's
Yes!
excited. You can
That's
see
our
him
fella
nod
coming
into
into
the
camera. What a fella. Oh my gosh.
That was wild. Now Joey took the top spot in terms of speed, and you see just all of those same quick movements. This transition right here. Watch it how quickly, once he gets the ring on there, just boom, right out of the gate. Quick moves on the cliffhangers here, and this ultimately just led to him having, you know, such a quick time. Look at this. The margin of error that this man has right now is wild. He's pushing things to the absolute limit. And finally, just so clean. Like, we barely had time to say anything, and he was up on that second bar, going for the transition. And this is a confident ninja.
Look at that. The buzzer comes through.
Oh,
he knows we're happy. He knows what's up
up.
there. Come on. All right. What a way to wrap up Mature Kids. One of the biggest divisions of Premier Series so far. I guarantee you it's going to get even bigger as time progresses. Congrats to the Mature Kid female division with AJ Merchant getting first place. Shout outs to Liliana, Elise, and Misha for all qualifying as well in the Premier Series finals. Absolutely incredible stuff to see. AJ with one of the fastest clears of the day, but then rivaling her was Owen Alzheimer and Joey Stone with sub 150s and sub 135s. Incredible stuff. So well done to Owen, Joey, Spencer, and Phoenix. All four of our clears, all four of our qualifiers for the finals. Mary! Wow.
Wow, that was a fantastic performance. Look at these sort of the replays of our top athletes who made it along today. AJ with just some huge margins of speed. The same for Owen. 15 seconds ahead of the rest of the pack for Owen. Similarly for AJ. This is just, you know, only a taste of what's to come. You know, Northeast is one of the strongest regions in the country, but pretty soon we're going to be in the New England region. And so this is just a hint of the rest of the excitement that we're going to see at all the rest of our competitions in New England and also across the pond. I'm really, really getting excited for how big and crazy finals is going to be. Wow.
If this is the level of talent that these Mature Kids have at ages 9 and 10, imagine what they're going to do when they're 13 and they can go elite, because they are absolutely going to take advantage of that age jump to the elite division, and they're going to give people like Jackson Erdos a run for their money. Same with like Nora
100%.
Brown-John, Addie Herman. These guys are going to get overthrown by these future kids in these generations. It's going to be absolutely insane to see Owen taking home first place. He was the second runner as well, so he set the precedent for everybody moving forward. What a guy.
Stellar performances out of all of these athletes. Really just have no idea what to expect at the Ascend Championships later this year. They're going to have to cook up some intense courses in order to challenge these athletes. If this is, I mean, all four of your top four on the boys' side were full clears, right? You got to challenge them a little bit more than that when we get to that championship.
What a performance that was from all of our Mature Kids. We've got one more division left to go today, and that is the preteen division. That's going to commence at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so about 40 minutes from now-ish, yeah? And then tomorrow, the action continues. Amateurs start out at 9 a.m. Eastern, the teens at 1 p.m., and the elites at 5. Oh, wow, that was good.
That was really good. I can't wait to see the rest of the divisions. I'm excited to see. I still think you can get sub 20 on that speed course. I'm looking forward to that. I think it'll still happen. You'll have to keep track of it for me the rest of this weekend, Billy.
I agree. I think we have a lot of upcoming talent in these divisions that are going to be coming up on these courses that can get a sub 20 on that placement course. It's possible that we get like sub 130 on the challenge course as well. It's going to be absolutely mental to see. Mary, thank you so much for joining me here today. You're going to be on tomorrow, aren't you, at some point, right?
No, I am not on tomorrow, unless someone
right,
hasn't told me. I mean, I love yapping, so let me know.
Ignore me,
now,
I got my names wrong.
That is A-okay.
Thank you. I'm very happy that you joined me here today. I can't wait to see you next week, possibly, for Austin Ninjas down in Texas. That's going to be mint to see then. Thank you very much. Okay, from Mary Layton and Billy Dixon, we've been your commentators for the Mature Kid Division. We will see you shortly for Preteen. Take care.
See you later.